right. Welcome to the Tales of the Jedi comics stream. I'm joined by Scarlet and Nazo, and we're just going to talk about Tales of the Jedi comics for, I don't know, a couple hours, I guess. We'll see how long it takes.
Sup?
All right. Well, I guess we'll just get started. So we'll just go in chronological order. So we'll start with Golden Age of the Sith, as I've already got a representation pulled up here. So, yeah. Let's begin.
Absolute, what's the cinema, but with comics? Canon. Sorry, it muted me. I was going to say, like,
he's going to have to redo that.
Ooh.
Sorry, like I said, the internet's bad where I'm at, so.
You're okay.
It's all good.
Let's look at this one. Sure.
Yeah.
This guy.
I like the part where Ahsoka meets Plo Koon. Nah, I'm joking. This is the real Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
But, yep.
Yeah.
This is the real Tales of the Jedi, but for like a prequel comic, like which I think came out after the Sith War. It's a pretty cool like prequel comic to the prequel comic.
Yeah,
in a way.
That's true.
Prequelception. It's kind of funny, but you know, this is meant to be like a sort of like a backstory for some of the references you see later on, and you know, it's a pretty cool look into what the Sith Empire was like, and you know, you get to see like who Naga Sadow was, and you know, this is just like part one of like, you know, of a story, you know, which leads up to part two, which is Fall of the Sith Empire. So they're meant to be read as like together, and this is a pretty good setup for the next following comic, but you know, sets things up pretty well.
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I read them together and chronologically too, so.
That's how I read them.
Yeah, I felt that Golden Age of the Sith was like a good start off. Fall of the Sith Empire, though good, was not as good a payoff as I was hoping. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't as good as I was hoping for.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll agree with that.
Personally, I feel like it should have been like a trilogy war. Like, you have the first volume, which is the build-up, the second volume, which is like some of the war and devastation, and the third volume, you wrap it up.
Yeah, that's my biggest criticism with these two story arcs, is I wish they were a little more fleshed out, because there could have been more in the story for this, because it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think
Gav Daragon turning to the dark side.
Yeah, that felt rushed and kind of out of nowhere.
Again, not bad. It could have used a little bit flesh out.
Oh, thank you, philosopher.
Jori, by contrast, had a much better arc, though.
Yeah.
I genuinely felt bad for her, like, by the time she got to, like, the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not the Queen, Empress Teta.
Yeah,
Like
the
she
Empress,
was
mhm.
Empress Teta. Empress Teta. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. Well, Jori in relation to Empress Teta. Okay. I was waiting to see if Nazo would finish his thought, but I guess not.
Empress
So,
Teta do be looking kind of bad though.
yeah.
I like the. We'll see if Nazo has anything else to say, but I kind of like the conflict between Naga, Sadow, and Ludo Kressh,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you know, Naga Sadow already has like Sith qualities where he wants more and he wants to take over the other worlds of the galaxy.
Yeah.
All about expanding the empire.
Mm-hmm. And Ludo wants to just keep it the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, he's already got all this gold and all that stuff, you know,
Mm-hmm.
all the treasure.
Yep.
He's pretty content, you know. And I guess Nagasero doesn't want to remain stagnant.
Yeah. Yep.
And I like how he wants to use Jori and Gav as like to use them so that he could like explore the Republic,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, but Jori and Gav like see it as like a noble cause, you know, like he cares about the prisoners. Well, you know, we deep down we know why Sadow wants the prisoners for.
Yep.
Kind of like that kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
so they'll manipulate.
Say again, Nazo. Well, while we're waiting for Nazo, Philosopher says, your channel saved me from this insane world. It gives me time to use imagination. Life is tough. Yep. Well, I'm glad you enjoy the channel, Philosopher. I appreciate that.
Hang in there, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Sith Empire is pretty cool. It's nice that we get to see how they run things. And I like the Egyptian influence that they have on their, you know, like architecture and clothing and whatnot.
Yeah, it's really unique and also really cool to see like what the original like one of the original like Sith Empire, and I
Mm-hmm.
like the Egyptian influence to clothing and even like the Valley of the Sith, you know,
Yeah.
the inspiration. It just fits perfectly. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of noticed this with some of the fashion too, like
Yeah.
stuff that they wear. You know, they have like robes, even like Jori and Gav. It
Yeah.
has this, like old, that's this ancient feel to it, and I think it kind of works, you know,
It
while
does.
also embracing the sci-fi stuff like
Yeah.
hyperspace travel.
I mean, look at this guy. He's has one of those beards that the pharaohs have.
Yup.
And this guy looks Egyptian, whatever he is.
Even the hats too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. But I think like the robes, like and all that stuff is kind of like Greek and Romans too, in a way.
Mm. Yeah. Let's see. Which one should we look at?
Probably influenced by a lot of like past empires, you know.
Yeah.
maybe like the Roman Empire too has this mythological like fall of the Roman Empire vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, there goes Nazo again. Yeah.
And I think this provides I think this hints at the backstory of how like some Dark Jedi were exiled and into Korriban, and they took over the Sith race, and that's how you get Dark Lords of the Sith. So I
Yeah.
thought that was really cool and kind of gives some more backstory to that whole name,
Mm-hmm.
that whole title, and you have like the Sith that we would come to know, and then you have like the original Sith, the pure blood Sith.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fan of the pure blood Sith. I think that's a cool concept. A Sith species, basically, that, eventually over time they die out and are kind of survived by the Sith Lords, because obviously they take inspiration from the Sith culture, but it's the Sith mixed with the Jedi outcasts that formed the Sith Lords. That yeah, and that's how you get the Sith. So it's pretty cool. I just said Sith like 5 times in that sentence. If I could be any race in the Star Wars universe, I would be an Ubies or a Jawa. That's an interesting choice.
Nice.
A Jawa? Ubies? They're interesting.
Who are the Ubies?
I'll pull up a picture. All right, let's find a decent picture. Yeah, so that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. They have cool outfits.
Yeah, the bounty hunter that Leia is posing as is an Ubies.
They have cool outfits.
Mm-hmm. Sith are cool, but too mean for my taste.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like the pure blood Sith and how they kind of lead to the origins of like the Sith that we know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just a really cool idea. Very interesting.
Yeah. And go
also,
ahead.
Oh, sorry. Also Korriban too is a cool planet, and I like how throughout the history that's just like the home planet of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's also cool too.
Yep, that's a pretty important planet. Is this where it gets introduced into the Star Wars universe? Is Tales of the Jedi?
Probably. I mean, from what I remember, it could be Tales of the Jedi.
It could be.
Yeah, but a lot of these some rich lore that is just so essential and important was from Tales of the Jedi, and it's pretty fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of respect for Tales of the Jedi, and Golden Age of the Sith. No, I think it was. I think it might have been the Sith War, or
Mm-hmm.
that. I don't remember when Korriban was mentioned, or what. But yeah, it's cool to see Korriban and the Valley of the Sith.
Yeah.
Lots of cool story.
a missed opportunity is we never really get a little story with Marka Ragnos because he's dead in these. That would have been cool to get an arc or a storyline with Marka Ragnos going further back.
I don't think we get a story for Freedon Nadd too, don't we?
You get a little bit of Freedon Nadd in the uprising and whatnot, but yeah, they could have done more in Tales of the Jedi. That's the thing. There's plenty of room for lots of stories.
Yeah, it's pretty wild because this is like so far back, 1,000 years before like the Qel-Droma stuff, and then there's already like some backstory, like Marka Ragnos, the exiled dark Jedi. It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah. Utapauans are cool too. I think Pauans come from African mask. They are cool. Pauans? Oh, yeah, you mean Pauans. I believe. Sith have a caste system. They do. The warriors, the priests, and then they have a ruling caste. What do they call it, though? Then I think the slaves are on the bottom. Yep. Anything else on Golden Age of the Sith before we move on to Fall of the Sith Empire?
I mean, it's a pretty cool story. You see, I like issue 0 too. It's kind of like a prologue. You get to see Jori and Gav, what they were like. They kind of they were kind of desperate. They wanted to find like hyperspace coordinates. So that's how they end up on Korriban, and I think it ends with I don't know if we could spoil it.
You could do some.
So yeah, Jori ends up she has to go to the Republic, and that's where it ends. And Naga Sadow, readies his army, and yeah, that's part 1 of the story. So then to part 2, Fall of the Sith Empire. Nice setup.
Yep. Should we talk about this guy, Odan-Urr? You a fan of Odan-Urr? This weird-looking alien guy.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of relate to Odan-Urr. We like learning about lore and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's like my guy, But he's a weird-looking alien, but he can't he has a passion. Like I will admit, but he's a pretty interesting character. I think he also uses a certain force technique too, which would also be
important later on.
Yep. It's part of the Star Wars universe. I mean. But yeah, he's a cool character,
Yep.
I like him.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with a historian.
Yeah. All right. Fall of the Sith Empire. Oh, look at this cover. This looks really Egyptian.
Oh yeah. It kind of gives off Mayan vibes too.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that in there too. Yeah, and there's Odan-Urr and Mehmet Nadil, right?
Yeah, the green dude.
Yep, although he's red here.
Yes.
For some reason.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, Egyptian temples, Mayan temples, it's kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
The influence is there, and I think it works, you know. Still
Yeah.
feels like Star Wars.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, follow the Sith Empire, part 2 of the story, and I think it was pretty good. Could have been like some parts could have been fleshed out more, but I think it's a pretty solid story and concludes the story of Gavin Jori.
Yeah.
Leads up to the next story, you know, with the next set of characters. But I enjoyed this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought it was
Yeah.
solid. I like
Yeah,
how
I
it
mean,
all ties up together.
Yeah. You know, this sets up, you know, the Empress Teta system, which is important because a lot of things happen at that place in Tales of the Jedi. Odan-Urr is a character that'll appear later on. Man, he lives a long time. Good heck.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Wait a second. He's over 1,000 years old.
Yeah,
Right?
you know, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
some aliens do live a long life, you know.
Oh, I missed him when I made that video on the longest lived alien species. Or did I? What is his species?
That's a good question. I don't know.
What in the heck is he? What are you, dude? Oh, get on that. You are a Drathos. A Drathos. It doesn't sound familiar. All this crap off, jeez. Yeah, born sometime before 5,000 and he died. Well, spoilers. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, he's worth a dang.
I wonder how he dies. Oh.
I'm sure we'll get there.
Kind of has like a skull-like head.
Yeah. He's an interesting looking character.
Yes.
You're going to stay blurry. Fine. Oh, thank you. What about this?
Oh, I forgot to mention the lightsabers.
Yeah.
Wired lightsabers.
Yeah.
I like this cover too.
Yeah. These are really good. I really like these covers. Naga Sadow working some. Oh, look, he's got puppets. Oh, I didn't notice that before. That's cool.
I think it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Man, these covers are real nice.
Yeah, I just love Tales of the Jedi comic covers in general. There's more to come too.
I know.
Man.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think of Fall of the Sith Empire?
I enjoyed it. I agree with Nazo that it felt a little like we could have used a little bit more during this, you know, the war and all that. So it could have been fleshed out. But for what it was, I thought it was enjoyable and yeah, a fun read.
Nice.
Well worth your time.
Oh, I wanted to ask, what do you think of the hut?
The what? Oh, the hut. What?
Yeah, the hut. The
What's
hut
his
that.
name? What's his name? Arca. Oh, here's Nazo.
Oh, good. I am back. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we just left the crab place, so now we're gonna be on the road. So we'll see how well my internet does on the road.
Maybe it'll be
But
better.
yeah, no, like obviously you missed my thoughts that I had on Jori's whole character arc.
Yeah.
And on Naga Sadow being like a complete like manipulator, pretty much. And I've had people tell me that they think Naga Sadow was an idiot because he decided to attack the Republic. I'm like, no, it's him kind of fulfilling the Sith's vision of conquest. That's kind of the whole point. At least he tried.
Yeah.
And I kind of noticed an interesting parallel between what happened with Sadow and Ludo Kressh, and then what happens later with Exar Kun and Ulic Qel-Droma, but I'll mention that later. But anyway, Jori Daragon was the one arc I felt sorry for, and then you're already on Golden Age of the Sith, or not Fall of the Sith Empire now, right?
Yeah, but if you have any thoughts on Golden Age, feel free to share them.
My thoughts on Gold, like I said, I thought it was great build-up. I thought Sadow was intelligent and cunning the way he manipulated the other Sith, including killing his own headless mentor, Slimus.
Yeah.
He's like, sorry about this, old friend, but we need to do this for the sake of the Empire. And then, like, just kills him. Like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Nothing personal.
That's my dad, by the way, on the side from here. He actually started a little bit of Golden Age of the Sith. He hasn't gotten too far in, but he'll probably enjoy it regardless.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Just right here.
All right. But yeah, Golden Age of the Sith, great build-up. But like you said, Fall of the Sith Empire, very good. But I wish they could have done more with it. And then, of course, you guys obviously discussed the aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought it was interesting that I can't remember who, but one of it might have been the Daragon twins, but they had like a ship that was almost kind of like a fish. Like the way its shape was designed.
I think so.
It was kind of, what I find interesting is like a lot of these designs, like they feel like futuristic versions of like ancient boats and stuff people would have had back in the day.
Yeah.
Like back in like, times like,
1700s, 1500s.
like, no, I was thinking like ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia.
Oh,
that's
shit.
Yeah, the BC, not the 80.
Yeah. Maybe the Viking ships too.
Well, even on Coruscant, like what we saw in both Golden Age of the Sith and Fall of the Sith Empire, their whole like aesthetic was like very like Egyptian, Mayan, like. And here's the interesting thing: it's like none of it are like legit references to one particular culture. They're all like references to multiple ancient cultures, which I thought was interesting. That like Kevin and them would just like pluck little things here and there. Say, that would look cool. That looks like a Sith aesthetic. That looks like a Jedi aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was cool.
Yeah. It is.
Shows many types of ancient cultures.
Yeah. Matthew says, I loved all the Veitch comics. I have mixed feelings about Kevin Anderson's post-Veitch stories.
Including Golden Age of the Sith and Fall of the Sith Empire?
Man.
Some people prefer Veitch to Anderson. I personally, I like them both. I think they worked well together with the works that they did. I think Kevin picked up like where Tom left off like very well.
Yeah.
No offense to Veitch, but even though I think I enjoyed the Beast Wars of Onderon a little bit more than the Saga of Nomi Sunrider. Not that we'll get to those, but not that they were bad, but they were just like not with art style, but story wise, just a little bit. A little bit
Simple?
Simple, yeah, to get through, I guess. But they weren't bad.
Yeah. I am a simple man. I see Nomi. I like the video.
Oh, nice. Hey, that's my buddy Anilus. Popped on. How you doing, bro?
Cool.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Can't wait
What's
to
with
get
all the Kevin J. Anderson hate anyway?
There's a lot, like a lot of weird hate for Tom Veach and Kevin J. Anderson, but I feel like, and again, this is no offense to Zahn or Stackpole, they got the fairy tale aesthetic and, storytelling of Star Wars right.
Yeah.
Stackpole and Zahn are a bit more what you would call, like, less fairy tale, more logical. But that doesn't mean that they didn't have, fairy tale aspects. Like, they still had stuff like the Isilmari, the Vornskurs, Joris Sabayoth.
Yeah.
And those are less logical, more fairy tale.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I got nothing against Kevin J. Anderson or Tom Cruise. I respect them both. I respect Kevin J. Anderson like maybe more because I think he was willing to actually continue on Beach's story. Because
Well, the whole point of his Jedi Academy trilogy was pretty much to tie in Zahn's stuff with Tom's stuff, so that it all felt like one singular continuity.
yes.
Some people don't like that, though, because how dare you group the Thrawn trilogy with Dark Empire? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Kevin J. Anderson that took over, and he could have gone like his own way. But I think he actually respected Beach's story plans after he left. So I kind of respect Kevin J. Anderson in that way.
I respect Kevin for trying to keep things consistent, trying to make sure that this is like, hey, this is all official Star Wars all together. This is all.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
But yeah, Golden Age of the Sith is very good. I especially appreciate the illusions that Sadow is able to kind of conjure up to make it look like the Sith are more in number than they actually are.
Mm-hmm.
About your point about like how Naga Sadow was like wrong for invading the Republic, I think that's kind of that kind of wasn't his fault because he was kind of like isolated, so he couldn't have expected to be the Republic to be advanced enough to defend them. I feel like Naga Sadow was kind of screwed either way.
Well, yeah, he had the unity of most of the Sith, but there were also like dissenters that followed Ludo Kressh that were like, no, you'll bring ruin to the Empire. He says it wouldn't be ruin if you actually stood behind me.
Yeah.
I did like at I think it was near the end of Golden Age of the Sith when Kressh tries to remove him from power with like the two lords following him, and then like his lower Sith Masazi slaves kill those two captains and take over the ship.
Yeah, that's true.
Did we talk about the
What'd you say?
Did we talk about the hut? The hut that takes care of
Arba.
Yeah, Arba, the hut, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we can.
What did you think of the way he dies?
Well, he's obviously not like Jabba the Hutt. He's
the nicest Hutt.
Yeah, he's a nice Hutt, which is, it's different. Yeah. I thought it was fine. An interesting character.
Nice Hutts are a rarity.
Mm-hmm.
This is from way back then. What happened?
I know.
I'm still here. I'm just muted.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's kind of sad though, because he was the one nice Hutt that took care of Gav and Jori during a rough time, and then one of Gav's guards kills him.
Mm-hmm.
Actually felt bad, and
Yeah.
that's just another strain to their relationship with Gav and Jori.
Yeah.
He was like a friendly uncle. I don't think, and plus with Jori's case, I don't think he wanted to turn her away and have her thrown in prison, but she stole the ship from him. You can't just let that slide.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's understandable.
Yep. Ulic getting redeemed wasn't his story, but I actually liked it. Well, we'll get to redemption towards the end here, so I won't comment on that too much. Hey, can you make the Wikipedia text smaller? They're getting in the way of the ads. Oh yeah, Wikipedia has lots of ads. He almost looks like a Chistori. I think that's in reference to Odan-Urr. I don't know what a Chistori is.
Chistori is the same lizard race that Dasan from Jedi Outcast is.
Oh, okay.
We actually see another one in what is it? Dark Times.
Oh,
he gets flipped by Das Janir, and then Sidon Prax from the Clone Wars 2002 video game is implied under that armor to be a Chistori.
Really?
Yeah, I know he doesn't look it, because you think his helmet would make him look more like dinosaur shaped, but apparently he's a Chistori, so I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Interesting. That's awesome. I like that.
So many lizard species, honestly.
I know.
My favorite are the Nassarians. That's primarily because of Bomo Greenbark, but they're also just kind of a cool dino race.
Here, I'll pull it up for the people that don't know.
Can't go wrong with the Sea Rook.
Yes, the Sea Rook. And then I can't remember, there's also a race that looks like Velociraptors. I think those are either in Dark Times or one of the Darth Vader comics.
There's an Asaurian. Get out of here.
Whoa.
Jeez, heads. Yeah. Pod racer guy.
Oh yeah, Clay Colfast.
Yep. Share that. Okay. All right, let's find let's see.
By the way, I know this is kind of deviating, but if you get I think it's Wild Space Volume 2 Omnibus. I don't know if it's in the reprints for the Legends. But there's a web comic that got printed called Pod Racing Tales. And underrated gem. I think it was by Ryder Whittam. Really good, just kind of short, funny comics web strips. I highly recommend them.
I like Ryder Whittam.
Sounds good.
What did you think of the ending for Fall of the Sith Empire and how Jori's story ended? I guess Gav too.
Well, she ended up running, what was it, Uncle Arba's empire, so it's like shipping trade business or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Which I thought that made sense for the character.
And so
As
is the
for-
story of Jori Daragon.
Yep. And Gav, I don't mind that he fell to the dark side. I would have liked to spend a little bit more time and kind of flesh that out a little bit more because, again, it felt rushed.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But, yeah, other than that, I think, yeah, it was good. And, Naga Sadow runs away to Yavin 4 to die, basically, in shame.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he can't go back to Korriban. If there's any Sith left, they're gonna kill him.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, and I think with that we are
one more detail, if you don't mind. I don't think it's mentioned in the comics. I think I forgot which reference book or which lore detail mentioned it. But I guess before Sadow died, he ended up training Freedon Nadd.
Okay. Oh yeah, because that's where Freedon Nadd learns his dark abilities. All right, now we're on to the Tales of the Jedi, where it's split into the Beast Wars and the Saga of Nomi Sunrider. So look at that one.
Ooh, awesome cover.
This one's a pretty classic one when you think of Tales of the Jedi.
Beast Wars! Sorry, I had to.
I was thinking of that too. Beast Wars. Now we're getting to the OG Tales of the Jedi comic series that started it all.
Yep.
The Ulic Qel-Droma and the Beast Wars of Onderon. Onderon's a cool planet.
Yeah. An interesting history.
Yes. It's it kind of has like that kind of has like a story that's almost as old as time, like Jedi Knights trying to go save a princess.
Mm-hmm.
I like how it's, simple, straightforward.
Yep. It turns out her parents are evil descendants of a Sith, basically.
Yes. That's my comment to respond to Kevin J. Anderson and Tom Veach. I like them both.
Mm-hmm.
It's a late one, but I had to put it.
It's okay.
But,
I don't mind either one.
Yeah. But yeah, this one, I do appreciate it. I respect it. It's kind of like a New Hope, You got all this nice lore world building, but for now, let's just focus on a story,
Mm-hmm.
on a simple story. I do love how these Tales of the Jedi comics start out. The original series has 2 arcs,
Mm-hmm.
all their own self-contained arcs, that just mostly set up the characters,
Yeah.
It and the Beast Wars of Onderon is it's a cool story. I think it's 2 issues, but you get quite a lot, and
I couldn't catch all of what you heard or all of what you said, Scarlet, because the area I was going through, you guys sounded like robots talking.
You guys sounded like digital Matrix coming through. It was we could understand it parts, but it was hilarious.
But yeah, no, those that is a good double issue. I especially like I had already known about it because of KOTOR, but I especially enjoyed the sort of unexpected surprise. You think it's a kidnapping, and then you find out, no, I want to marry him. I love him.
Yeah.
And then you find out my family is evil and they worship Sith. I was like, oh, well, okay then.
That might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of feels like anticlimactic the way the queen dies, but like in an understandable way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of was. I mean, like she was kind of like possessed with the dark side power, and then like she just I forgot, she just kind of dies, right? Like
Pretty much.
I also, man, just the way it ends, like especially like reading everything and what Master Arca says to Ulic, man, it just gives chills. And even I like it gave me chills when like first time reading it too, because I just felt it, I kind of like it though, because like stuff's about to go down,
Yeah.
when he
ancient dark side terror.
Yes, when he says pray don't fall to the dark side or something like that.
Yeah.
What an interesting way to write the story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't sure if you knew this, Walrus, but when you were doing your review of this, you noticed how there was like kind of like parallels between Ulic and Anakin,
Yes.
and that's because, like I said, for Tales of the Jedi, Anakin's fall, what happens with Ulic was basically based on original ideas from that.
I think this was supposed to be the origin story for Anakin, but I think it was rejected because George Lucas wanted to tell the story of Anakin Skywalker himself, and that's how we got like Tales of the Jedi, and which I think kind of benefits too, because Ulic, Qel-Droma, Exar, these are unique characters.
Yeah.
That I think are great in their own way. So I like it when some like EU writers they have some like boundaries, but they still work with it. So I really respect that, and I'm kind of grateful that we still got the story of Ulic Qel-Droma.
Yeah, it's good. I like it a lot.
And I think it was intentional, like because the story of like a Jedi going to the dark side. I don't think that's just the story you could only tell with Vader. It's happened throughout the history of Star Wars.
It makes sense. It's been for Star Wars that, they have thousands of years of lore. So naturally there would have been other Jedi that have fallen to the dark side.
In some cases, similar to what happened with Anakin.
It shows the cycle of the dark side too when they fall.
It's just the cycle of some life for some people who fall to the dark side. Sometimes it's a completely different circumstance. Other times it feels like an echo of something that happened in the past.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep. What do you think of Arca Jeth?
Pretty clear, and again, this isn't even like to say it in a bad way, but a pretty clear stereotype of like the wise elder, wise teacher.
Mm-hmm.
He's an Arcanian, right?
I believe so.
Yes. And believe it or not, their version is actually the offshoots.
I think
even though they're supposed to be the pure, perfect version of Arcania, they're actually the offshoots. No, it's a dark secret held by the Arcanians.
Who are the pure ones?
The pure ones are, believe it or not, the ones with pointy ears and white skin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
But like I said, it's a dark secret that like, because they treat the pure ones, the ones that are actually based on like legit Arcanian genealogy, as like the offshoots, because they're a minority group compared to the what they call the pure Arcanians.
I think they have a unique design. I think Arca has a unique design, and he has like white hair and the white, like full on white eyes. I kind of like it, and I think he has a bit of pointy ears too.
Yeah.
I think it ties into that whole like wise, that wise old master.
It does. Those comics are just epic. Lucas' ideas are nothing compared to Tales of the Jedi. That is why material from before the prequels is so perfect, uncompromised by his weak ideas and Jedi.
That's kind of a hot take there.
Yeah.
Not sure I agree with that, but okay.
No, I personally don't agree with that, but you're entitled to your opinion. But Tales of the Jedi is great.
Well, like I don't shout down opinions that I think are wrong. I just fundamentally disagree with them. So
Yeah, same here.
except when it comes to Grey Jedi, because those things suck.
I agree with that.
I like Tales of the Jedi and many other eras of Star Wars in their own way. It's hard to choose like one or the other sometimes.
Yeah. Anything else on the Beast Wars?
You speak of Anakin, but I think it's kind of ironic that Qel-Droma is the one that loses his arm.
Yeah, he gets his own robot arm. It's not Star Wars without someone losing a limb.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we'll move to the saga of Nomi Sunrider. Ooh.
The saga of Nomi Sunrider's hairline.
I know it looks weird in almost every different version she's drawn in. It's kind of funny. It changes all the time.
Yeah. I will admit it kind of looks it doesn't look so bad in the cover.
Mm-hmm.
It looks nice.
Yeah, and sometimes she has like these weird little red tufts on her forehead. And I thought at first that those are like a mistake, but no, that appears on multiple different pictures. Let's see. No,
I think they realized I think they tried to course correct later on too. Like how some ideas don't exactly go well, so I guess edit them while you can.
Yeah.
Especially like issue 2 when the art style like kind of changes.
Yeah.
But this is a great cover. Oh. Yeah,
This Nazzle live. Oh, maybe he's getting close to his house so he can have better internet.
Oh. Hopefully Naza will come back. But
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great cover too. I like this one. It doesn't look so bad here.
True.
But
yeah, because it looks normal here.
Yeah, it looks normal here. I think they tried to go with a unique hairstyle, like Leia, in a way. But
True.
As it goes, the story of a Nomi Sunrider. I liked it. I think it's an interesting character arc.
Mm-hmm. A reluctant Jedi.
Yes, a reluctant Jedi. She also learns battle meditation.
Yeah, which is not a. I feel like that's not used a lot. I feel like it gets overlooked a lot of the time, especially where there is a character that has used it in the past, but then they don't use it. I guess it's. I don't know. Because there's opportunities where I feel like it doesn't get used and it would be useful to use battle meditation. Oh yeah, Naza lost connection. Okay, he'll be there. Cool. Oh, we got another comment. Hot indeed. When the prequels came out, I was expecting cool and awesome Jedi, like in the comics. What he made were weak, child indoctrinating jokes. Starring a so-called chosen crybaby. Okay. But they're in the prequels, they're at their they're not at their greatest point. Because they've weakened over time and through the Sith, slowly weakening the galaxy for their eventual takeover.
So he doesn't like the prequels.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of intentional in a way,
Mm-hmm.
Some people make mistakes in a way.
True.
And I think Nomi Sunrider, she kind of realizes that she couldn't live her whole life without a lightsaber, and when she has to defend herself and defend her her child or anyone she cares about, she will pick up the lightsaber. And
yes.
I think it's a I think it's a story that's old as time, when you have to protect the people you care about, you have to, I guess you need to have teeth,
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a story that speaks to people. So I like Nomi Sunrider's character arc, and especially with protecting her daughter.
Yeah.
I always liked kind of Nomi's whole, the whole core aspect of her character is that she's a mother and she's trying to learn to be a Jedi and protect her child, and she has to realize because she doesn't want to be one of those Jedi that just picks up a lightsaber and is willing to kill, but she kind of has to be at least willing to fight to protect her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that's a huge admirable quality that kind of pushes her arc pretty well.
She's not really a Mary Sue either.
No.
No.
No. Yep.
No, she is reluctant, she is doubtful, and understandably so,
Yeah.
Her husband dies, and it affects her. She's the type of person to not be happy when she kills someone.
That's a good trait, I would think.
That's a very good trait.
It's a bad trait.
I think if you don't feel bad if you kill someone, I think there might be some other problems.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I love kind of just exploring the expanded universe. Even though it's, like I said, even though it's not entirely shown in the films, if you look at the book Shatterpoint, every time Mace Windu looks at a clone trooper, he genuinely feels remorse for the time that he had taken Jango's life. He regrets that he had to do it.
Yeah.
It shows that, because everybody just thinks, the Jedi are complete, dispassionate monsters. And, to be fair, given how Mace Windu treats Boba in TCW, which is, sadly, most people's interpretation of Mace Windu,
Yeah.
You know, I'm genuinely not surprised that they don't think that the Jedi are like good people.
Yeah.
That series really, really paints them in a bad light.
Yeah.
Oh, which one?
TCW.
TCW, the
Dave
2008
Filoni's show.
Right.
I mean, if you look at like the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars, after fighting all those droids, he seems really thankful to that kid for the water.
Yeah.
Like the whole like defending like that which you care about kind of reminds me of this one quote from Lord of the Rings. If you know the character of Faramir, who is a character that's would only like, you know, resort to violence when he has to. There's like this quote so that goes like, I do not love the bright sword for its sharpness, nor the arrow for its swiftness, nor the warrior for his glory. I love only that which they defend.
Yeah.
So
I think his brother Boromir kind of had the same mentality, but at the same time, he also did understand glory in battle. So,
yes.
Yep. Faramir's a great character.
Yes, sir.
but yes, back to Nomi though.
Yes.
Yes.
Motherly figure, learning and willing to fight. And again, one of my favorite aspects, because I think I talked to you about this on a previous stream, was one of the, and again, this is something Tales of the Jedi just does wonderfully, is the very strange design for some of the Jedi Masters. You know, Golden Age of the Sith and Fall of the Sith Empire had Master Oro, as well as Odan-Urr. You know, this series has Jedi Master Thon, who's literally looks like a rhinoceros, but he like talks to you like a normal person. I'm like, geez, okay.
What'd you think of the surprise there? Like of how
Oh,
Thon was the Jedi Master and wasn't Oswillum.
Yeah, that honestly, first time did catch me off guard when I read it. I'm like, oh wow, I thought that was just a steed. That's the master.
yeah.
Holy crap!
When I read it, it didn't catch me off guard because I knew that dinosaur guy was a Jedi. So,
Oh,
Well, kudos to you for being wiser than I was.
well, I saw a picture of him when I was looking up because I was ranking Jedi, and he was there, and I didn't know who that was. So, but I remembered that. Yeah, there's a dinosaur-looking guy as a Jedi.
sick.
He was one of the first people, like other than Yoda, to kind of teach me never underestimate like appearance, basically. Like how appearances can be deceiving.
Yeah. How
Doesn't
does
he
he
like-
use a lightsaber since he made one?
I don't think he uses it all that often, but I think when he does, he probably like sticks it in his mouth and then just kind of does like a Zorro thing from One Piece.
I guess
He can probably, given his species looks kind of like, you know, lizard and gargoyles, he can probably jump high distances like Yoda can. He's probably a lot faster than people give him credit.
Could he use the Force to just levitate it around? And
I think he could. I mean, if he's anything like Treya, he could probably levitate more than one.
but he's definitely got enough power and knowledge to be able to do that, I would say.
Don't want to mess with him.
Hell's characters are just epic. Even the most underused are awesome. Yes, I get the idea of the Jedi being complacent in the prequels, but all of them, they didn't need to be also weak. Hey, not all of them were complacent. Some were.
You will show Coleman Trebor the respect he deserves. He died trying to take down Count Dooku.
Quillen Voss has joined the chat.
Quinlan Voss, pretty cool. Ram Koda wasn't complacent. He didn't accept clone troopers.
Gotta
He just
respect-
felt they were unfit for battle.
Hey, but it saved his life, didn't it?
Yeah.
That it did.
Respect to Coda.
All right, back to Tales of the Jedi.
Yes. Yeah, I kind of like the idea that this dinosaur, like Triceratops looking thing, is Jedi. You know, kind of reminds me of like the Ysilamiri and Vornskurs, animals that could touch the Force, because it's all like the living Force and how it touches all life. So, it's just a very brilliant idea that really works. Like even like the animals could touch the Force because the Force is made up of living things. So it's a very clever idea, and it makes you wonder, like Oswillem's not the Jedi Master, it's the dinosaur Thon, or Thon.
Yep, and they have to defend their base from another hut, because huts are usually greedy bad guys.
Yeah, another hut that fits the stereotype.
Yep. That's usually how they come. Greedy and hut-like.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yep.
Honestly, and a lot of people don't realize this, but even when a hut is fat, they're incredibly muscular.
Yeah.
They have a lot of strength behind their weight.
Like sumo wrestlers?
They can do a lot of damage. You wouldn't want one falling on you.
Oh, of course not. He's like the Kingpin from Daredevil. It's like 2% fat, all muscle.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like I said, they're kind of like the Kingpin in that regard. You think they're just like this fat house that can barely move, but then you realize they actually have some muscle behind. To be fair, though, Jabba, by the time he's in his palace on his dais, he's pretty fat and a lot of his muscles are gone. So it's not too surprising if he's a little lazy.
Yeah. Anything else on the saga of Nomi Sunrider?
Honestly, I think we covered most of the core basics of her character and the characters. I mean, there's that minor guy that works for the hut that like he throws to a beast after like the second or third issue, and like that's it.
Yeah.
I think the Twi'lek Jedi Tott Danita makes an appearance.
Was that the first appearance of Tott Danita?
No, I think he's in Beast Wars.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
part of the squad, and
Oh no, wait, he just. I think I know which one you're talking about, and it's not in the saga of Nomi Sunrider. It's in the next arc.
no, I think he makes a cameo in the saga of Nomi Sunrider.
I thought he made a cameo in Freedon Nadd Uprising on Nomi's planet.
No, he's on there because he's on one of the covers of the Beast War. He's on.
Oh,
He's
okay.
riding that like monster, one of them monster things from Onderon, one of the beasts. I'll
Yeah,
find
I
it.
think he was supposed to go to Nomi's planet to recruit her for the next story.
Let's see.
He was part of a Ulic squad, with Kay and Arca.
I always thought that was interesting. One master, 3 apprentices.
Right there. See that? There's Tott Danita riding one of these beast things.
It was a different time.
Yeah, but is he in? I'm not talking about the Beast Riders of Onderon. I'm talking about Saga of Nomi Sunrider. Is he in that?
I don't think so. There is.
That's what I was asking, if he was in, because I know he visits in Saga of Freedon Nadd Uprising.
Yeah. Speaking of which, should we move on to the Freedon Nadd Uprising?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, good stories for the OG Tales of the Jedi series. Leads
Yeah.
up to Freedon Nadd Uprising.
Warb Null. What a letdown and waste of a character.
I know. How many people pick this up looking at this like, oh, look at this cool Darth Vader looking guy. Then they read it and it's like, oh, that was lame.
He had a sick design, though, while it lasted.
Yep.
Legend.
It's one of those rare cases where, like, oh, wow, he looks cool, but, like, ultimately he's not that threatening compared to, like, I in a sense, I kind of like the inversion, because typically when you see, like, a Darth Vader type, you think they're going to be intimidating, and then you find out that his master, you know, was it King Omen and, you know, Freedon Nadd, who's basically like, you know, life support, wheelchair bound, and an ancient dark Jedi spirit.
Oh, let's look.
You're like,
let's get a picture of King Omen.
Do you know a character by the name of Cooler? I don't know how to pronounce it. From the
Cooler, yeah, Cooler or Killer.
Yeah, he's another Darth Vader lookalike.
Yeah, but he was actually more intimidating than Warb Null.
Yep, here's King Omen.
What's this Warp Null? He kind of reminds me of Sauron in a way, with all the spikes and spiky like armor. I kind of like it. And
Went down just as easy too.
Hey, Frodo suffered in Mordor for that. That wasn't easy for Frodo.
I'm talking about the physical form, not the actual spiritual battle.
Hey, Elendil died.
Yes, sir.
There was a cost.
Yes, sir.
Elendil, and I guess
What's his name?
Elrond's dad tied to what's his name?
Gil-galad.
Yeah, Gil-galad
died as well. Yeah. Oh, we should have saw that in the movie. That would have been cool.
That was unfortunately cut for time.
Anyways, we're not here to talk about the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. We're here to talk about King
Tales
Omen.
of the Jedi. I don't place the EU Jedi in the same level as prequel Jedi. Master Thon alone is depicted as unbeatable. No way to get through him unless he wants to, as depicted when Boga's men came for the gems. Tott Donita comes for Nomi at the end to go to Onderon. All right. That answers that.
Just a little cameo to connect everything together, you know?
Yep.
I like that.
And then they had a crossover in the Freedon Nadd Uprising.
Yes. It's all coming together.
Yep.
That's when Ulic and Nomi meet.
Yes.
Yep.
And they're going to stop a cult of Freedon Nadd.
It's funny, they're called the Naddists.
Yep.
It's like one letter away from being nudist.
This is a good cover too. I like this one. This could be like a movie poster too.
I actually have all the Tales of the Jedi trade paperbacks. And it took forever, and it cost me a bit more than the usual ones. But I found the 2-issue Freedon Nadd Uprising trade, and it has that cover.
Yeah, look, you got Tott, Kay, Ulic, Nomi, and a bunch of Naddists, I assume, down here.
Yes.
Why is this guy facing us? Should be facing them, right? Whatever.
It's almost like he's breaking the wall. See?
Yeah, he's breaking the fourth wall. He wanted to be in the picture.
Check this out.
Hey, look, Mom, I'm on TV.
Yeah.
I'm on the comic cover of Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah. Well, what'd you guys think of Freedon Nadd?
As far as like a villain? He's kind of intimidating. He doesn't have the same presence as Naga Sadow, but he's a kind of intimidating villain. I think partially because his face is mostly in shadow as a spirit.
Yeah, and he's just he's a spirit. He's not actually physically there to like actually fight the bad guys. He has to rely on his descendants and other people since he's dead.
Someone in the comments said Dorman is just... he absolutely is. I would also say the other guy that did the covers, Hugh Fleming, is amazing.
Which ones did he do?
I mean...
I think he did a couple of the ones for... like the Saga of Nomi Sunrider and a couple ones of both Sith War and Dark Lords of the Sith.
Okay.
So later covers.
Yep, there's some good ones in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Onderon is a interesting place.
Stuff goes down.
Yeah, it has a dark side moon. How do you say it? Zune?
I think it's Duxon.
Duxon?
It sounds familiar. I think it's in KOTOR 2 actually.
Is it really?
You even get to go to Onderon too, I think. Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Oh,
yep.
I'll eventually play that. I
mean, those games, man. I mean, if you love Tales of the Jedi, you're gonna. It's for you.
The Tomb of Freedon Nadd is indeed in KOTOR 2, and it's. I don't know, maybe it's the music and the atmosphere, but it is intimidating as hell in there.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool little reference to Tales of the Jedi connection. That's awesome.
Yep.
I'm glad I've read the comics now. Now when I go there, I can have a reference.
Even though the spirit of Freedon Nadd is long gone, it feels like his presence is still around, which is creepy. Like his influence.
Can you find the sarcophagi of the Omen and Aminoa in KOTOR 2 or no?
I think they are, but they're kind of to the side and not accessible. Okay. The only one you can access is Nadd's tomb.
Dang.
Still cool.
I don't remember because I read Tales of the Jedi after KOTOR 2.
Is the restored content mod a must when you're playing KOTOR 2?
I haven't played it, but...
Oh, okay.
I haven't played the restored content mod. I played KOTOR 2, but not on PC with the restored mod, so...
Yeah. So, it's nice to have a crossover with these characters where they're eradicating the influence of Freedon Nadd from Onderon. Although at the end, it does set up the next conflict with those two nobles from the Empress Teta system, Aleema and Sadow, whatever.
Yes, Aleema and Sadow make their appearance too.
Yep. Are they descendants of Empress Teta?
They are indeed, yeah. Aleema and Keto, like, they just kind of come in at the end, so I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Looking for Sith artifacts because they're bored.
Feels like
pretty much. Imagine like you spend your entire like life trying to stop the Sith from returning, only for your descendants to join a cult and become worshippers of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agree on Nadd, though he is a low-level Sith after all. The KOTOR game story is very good, though I found some aspects off, but that would be another topic. That also goes for the comic prequel.
Mm-hmm.
KOTOR.
I like that Freedon Nadd is even though he's like dead and a ghost, he's still the villain of the story.
Yep. Ghosts can still be dangerous in Star Wars.
That's one way to achieve immortality, even for the Sith.
Yeah. I'm sure he's having fun being a Sith.
Yeah.
Ghost or spirit, whatever.
Man, I want to talk about King Omen, because...
Go ahead.
Like Palpatine, he was on the life support machine in the Rise of Skywalker. So.
That's where they got that idea. They stole it from King Omen's rig.
I like how when Omen, like, when Freedon, the moment like he loses his dark side power, his body just crumbles. It's just it's just one way. Oh man, it's brutal.
Yeah.
By the way, Scarlet, I highly recommend if you have KOTOR 2 for PC, you try the restored content mod.
Definitely will.
I have it for PC. I bought it on sale 1 year.
Best version of the restored content mod you can get. I think they have it at Steam, but you can also I think it's available on Steam, but you can also try Nexus mods.
I'll see about that. I'm not like a big mod PC guy, so might have to do research.
Same. I've barely gamed on PC.
I'm mostly a console guy.
Same here, but I was curious about it, and I'm like, oh, this isn't too bad. As long as I don't have to, I'm not like railroaded into mouse and keyboard, we should be fine.
Yeah. Anything else on the Freedon Nadd Uprising before we move on?
For 2 issues, it's a pretty decent story. Could have been maybe could have been like 1 issue more, could have been longer, but I like how it's straight to the point. And it tells the
I feel like they did more plot-wise in these 2 issues than was done in Fall of the Sith Empire. No offense. And that was 2 arcs.
Yeah.
Understandable.
All right. We'll move on to Dark Lords of the Sith. We get to look at this nice cover.
That's probably one of my favorites. Love it.
Is that from Dark Lords of the Sith or the Sith War?
Dark Lords of the Sith.
It
says right below Tales of the Jedi.
Okay.
Yep.
Amazing cover. Just something to put on the wall, put in the museum.
Yeah.
One of the best Star Wars arts ever.
Well, the cover seems like it's foreshadowing for what Ulic is about to go through.
This is like first issue?
No, this is the 6th.
Oh.
That explains it.
I just picked this one first because it caught my eye first.
It's pretty eye-catching.
It is, yeah.
I love that. I love Tales of the Jedi covers, man. Could have their own exhibit, man. I love these covers.
Well, like I said, between Dave Dorman and Hugh Fleming, they're all just... I think this one in particular is a Hugh Fleming one.
Those guys can cook, man.
They can. All right, so we get into the fall of Ulic Qel-Droma. What are your guys' thoughts on his fall?
I thought it was an interesting, slow, gradual fall. It started off with losing his master. Which planet was it? It wasn't Ossus. It was
It was on the one where they had the Jedi meeting.
Onderon?
Danada?
Yeah, Danada, yeah, I think.
Danaba, something like that.
Oh, Denaba, yeah.
Denaba. There we go. Yep. See, I knew it was in there somewhere. Yeah, you get this nice one right here.
This is a good cover too.
This is probably my
But
favorite.
yeah,
of the-
that cover, like it conveys the tone, but it's just heartbreaking to look at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That one's good. That one's a good one.
Hits you right in the feels.
Yes.
I like how
And
laid
here-
back it is.
And then this arc, we're introduced to Exar Kun. Exar Kun. So, in my opinion, I felt like I would have liked more as with Exar Kun as a Jedi, so we could learn more about Exar Kun and the other apprentices of Vodo-Siosk Baas. I feel like we get a little bit, and then he's already basically Sith curious.
More more backstory.
Well, his is supposed to be like Ulic's supposed to be a tragedy. His is supposed to be like an intentional. And here's the thing: it's kind of subtle. You have to really be looking at some of the panels, but you can tell. Kun knows he's kind of falling into the trap, but he's kind of willingly falling into it.
Yep.
He needs that Sith knowledge.
Yeah, he's just curious about him.
It's not even just curiosity, because the second a Sith spirit starts talking to you, the smart choice is to move away, but Kun decides willingly to follow Nadd.
True.
So he knows full well what he's getting into. He's not a victim that fell into it by accident. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I think Freedon Nadd also talks to Ulic too.
Yeah.
I think they think that they can follow this course of dark knowledge without getting sucked in, and that's the case with Ulic. With Kun, I can tell just by the way he's speaking, the way he's kind of acting, that he kind of wants this. Whereas Ulic is like, I want to see it. He wants to go into the dark places to prove he can come out. But the fact of the matter is he's fallen into the trap just as well as Kun had. In Kun's case, though, he jumped in. Ulic stepped in quietly. The cautionary tale has always been there.
Yeah. The one thing I'll say about this arc is that even though it's good, it does feel a little like it's a filler arc.
Explain.
Well, like, you look at Golden Age of the Sith and Fall of the Sith Empire. Those are prequel arcs, clear as day. You look at Beast Wars of Onderon as well as Saga of Nomi Sunrider. Those are introduction arcs to the characters. Freedon Nadd Uprising is the startup arc where everything kind of collides and becomes one thing.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then Dark Lords of the Sith is when they kind of collide, and it's kind of build up for the next arc bigger arc that's coming.
Dark Lords of the Sith is like part 1, and then the Sith War is like part 2.
Well, what here's interesting.
They're like 2 parts in a way.
Yeah. Well, Dark Lords of the Sith is the build-up part, and then the Sith War is like the thing where the payoff where everything happens.
Climax.
Yeah, that's the only issue I have with Dark Lords, is that it's very much build up. But I will say the Sith War would be lessened without the build up from Dark Lords.
Yep.
The saber rattling always makes the anticipation of the actual better.
Yeah.
It's like if you have like it's like let's say this wasn't a comic. Let's say this was like a legit like mini series approved by Lucasfilm back in the day as like a television show. This would be the 3 or 4 episodes that would build up to the 3 or 4 great episodes after that.
Yep.
And they would be lesser if those episodes never happened.
Have either of you listened to the audio drama of Tales of the Jedi?
Not yet, no. We're going to get on it, though.
Yes, I have. Unfortunately, I left the comments, but unfortunately they stopped at Dark Lords of the Sith, so they didn't get to
Oh, that's a shame.
Sith War, Redemption, Golden Age of the Sith. Yeah. But they're
I found a dude who was on YouTube, Infernal Brotherhood, that read some of the comics. So I guess if you're that desperate for like an audio to finish it, I'd recommend his channel.
Which one?
Infernal Brotherhood. That's what it's called.
I think you could find the audio dramas on YouTube because some of the Star Wars ones are on there.
Oh, I know.
I think
Yeah.
so.
But not all of the Tales of the Jedi audio dramas, or not all of the Tales of the Jedi arcs were put into audio dramas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
That's a shame.
making them, unfortunately. So if you're just listening to the radio dramas and you get to Dark Lords of the Sith, it's like, where's the next story? And it's like, oh, you have to read the comics.
Well, it's like we got the full audio drama for Dark Empire, but we only got the first one for Crimson Empire, and the second one is just as good, but that never got an audio drama either.
See, look.
What about the Dark Forces? Those radio dramas.
Is this everything? Tales of the
Yeah.
Lords.
There's like
Part 1, Part 2.
Yeah, that's why if you can find a YouTube channel that does the audio comics for like the prequel ones as well as the Sith War, I used Infernal Brotherhood, so I didn't have an issue. But some people if you want higher budget, somebody's got to make that.
Yeah.
There's a version that someone made of the radio dramas that includes KOTOR music, and I think it fits well,
Dark Lords, another high point, and why that saga is so perfect. Just incredible and escalates to epic proportions. Veach and Anderson just nailed something that Lucas had no chance to beat.
This fail is really railing hard on Lucas.
Yeah, he is. He's hurt. He's hurt. He's got hurt feelings.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go that far, but you never know.
That's emotion right there.
Why gotta disrespect my goat Lucas like that, man?
I will say this: of all the EU comics I've read, Tales of the Jedi is my number 3. Like the whole series.
Let's see. Your number 1 is Legacy, right?
Legacy, yeah.
And then 2 is the Darth Maul little miniseries?
No. 2 is Knights of the Old Republic,
Oh. Is Darth Maul in your top 5?
No, it's actually my number 10.
Oh. It was up there for you.
Yeah. The top 5 is Republic / Jedi. Oh, actually, no, it's the number 4 is the comic version of the Thrawn trilogy. Number 5 is Obsession.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Republic over Tales and Tales over KOTOR, in your opinion. I assume you're meaning the KOTOR comic, right? Since these are...
Yeah. Not these, but...
Well, actually, I have Tales of the Jedi over Republic. Republic / Jedi is my number 6. Because I count those as the same series because they basically are. Mm-hmm. Then it's Empire / Rebellion. Again, 2 different comic series that ran off of each other. Again, I still see them the same series. Then there's, I think the comic version of Shadows of the Empire is my number 8. And then my number 9 is Agent of the Empire, which underrated run in my opinion.
Is that Mara Jade thing?
No, it's actually about a character by the name of Jahan Cross. He's supposed to be the James Bond of the Empire.
Okay.
He's actually from Alderaan too.
Does he have does he have blonde hair?
He has white hair. Like winter.
Kind of reminds me of that dude from Johnny Quest.
Race Bannon. He does kind of have that look.
That character from Johnny Quest.
Yeah, the character from Johnny Quest, his name is Race Bannon.
Race Bannon?
Race Bannon.
Bannon.
Oh, yeah. He does. There's a little bit of James Bond in that.
If you know what Johnny Quest is.
Yeah, I do.
It's an old series.
Ancient television show.
But I guess this guy is an underling for like Armand Izard. So should tell you roughly about the timeline. Okay, let's get back to Tales of the Jedi. So
yeah.
Dark Lords of the Sith. Here's the parallel I was talking about. So, you'll notice this in both occasions. With who was that? With Marka Ragnos. During the fight between Naga Sadow and Ludo Kressh, he intervenes and warns them of, the Sith need to kind of be united and careful with what they do.
Yep.
Which, if you see from both Golden Age and Fall of the Sith, they are not united and they are not careful. So in this instance, when Exar, Kun, and Ulic meet, their artifacts reverberate off each other. And Ragnos appears again.
Yep.
This time, and a lot of people debate me on this, but, well, not a lot of people, some people do. This is actually the first official initiation of the Rule of Two. Like, long before Bane, I guess you could say, perfected it. This is technically the first initiation of the Rule of Two. He made Kun the master, and then Ulic the apprentice.
Yep. I can see that. I think that's a fair take.
But that's the parallel I noticed going over this comic again, was that that's the parallel I noticed, was that before Ragnos only warned the Sith. This time he actually got involved and did something.
Yep. Not hurt, disappointed in his inability to actually write and direct. My top three are Tales, Legacy, and Republic.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yep, I've heard good things about all of those comic series.
Well deserved, in my opinion.
And like Nazo said, the cycle continues, You got Revan and Malik, Palpatine and Vader, and the list goes on.
Well, they say Bane created it, but I feel more correctly because he got it from Revan, who got it from Kun and Qel-Droma. It's more appropriate
from other people.
It's more appropriate to say that Bane perfected the Rule of Two.
Understandable.
Yep.
That's a good cover too.
Haven't read Legacy yet. Want to read through NJO first. Is it a good idea to read New Jedi Order before the Legacy comics? Are there spoilers?
There is spoilers, but nothing you don't already know about, like the super public ones.
Yeah.
Like when I read Legacy long before I read NJO, and I was not spoiled for a thing for NJO, but what I already knew.
Are there Yuuzhan Vong in it?
In Legacy, yeah, there are.
Cool.
Plan to read those after NJO.
Well, actually, because I mentioned this on my stream, because when we were doing Destiny's Way, it mentioned that Sabang Law, spoilers, by the way, for anybody who hasn't read, but he had just impregnated a subaltern that he had chosen as a mate, because by this point, Shimra is recommending that everybody made at this point to create more warriors.
Yep, because they're low on people.
I was always curious as to whether or not what one of the Vong that was in Legacy that was a warrior. His name is Choka Skell. Oh, not Choka Skell. Lian Law. Lian Law. I always wondered if Lian Law was either a direct descendant from Sabang Law or at least within his clan boundary.
Probably.
He does kind of look like Sabang Law, so it makes me think it's his descendant.
Why not? There, you could just have that, where he produced offspring, and then, I don't see why not. But let's get back to Tales of the Jedi. We're not here to talk about NJO.
Yeah.
Where were we on Dark Lords of the Sith?
We were talking about, because I mentioned parallels.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes, parallels. I kind of like how you said about Exar Kun wanting knowledge of the Sith. I do like how even though he was arrogant and he had dark side qualities, he was still hesitant to turn to the dark side. So you had this whole trials, and basically Freedon Nadd is just torturing him, and he would do stuff where he's nah, you got to use the dark side in order to get out of this place. Trials like that.
Yep.
That was kind of Nadd's way of testing him to see if he was truly committed to his path.
Yes.
Yep. And apparently he was.
This is a great cover too.
They're all pretty good covers for Dark Lord of the Sith.
There's just so many. This might be my second favorite.
Nomi is like Rey, but actually written well. Is she like Rey?
In the sense that the Force kind of came a bit easier to her.
Yeah.
Yes, but she still required training in it.
True. She does do a lot of training from multiple masters. And I wouldn't say she does anything overpowered in the series.
She was also married and had a child too.
Back when Jedi were allowed to marry.
Yes.
Are we missing anything major from Dark Lords of the Sith? Or are we ready to move on?
I think we covered most of the key. I know it's kind of a background detail because it doesn't become super relevant later, but there was kind of a romance between Ulric and Nomi, and then I guess you could say it was like a lust mance with Aleema, Keto, and Ulic, but that was more of the dark side corruption in him. Because they introduced him to Sith poison, and then obviously whatever dark rituals they had for him.
Yeah, to me, Aleema gives off Enchantress vibes from Marvel Comics.
Yeah, I could see it.
That's what she reminded me of.
I kind of like how Nomi was she was the angel, or the connection to the light side, and then Aleema was the devil, and
Yeah.
The connection to the dark side, and eventually at the end, Ulic goes to the dark side and chooses to stay with Aleema, and then Nomi leaves him
Yeah.
when she tries to convince him to turn away from the dark side. But I think the journey was almost complete at that point.
Well, you have to remember, Nomi, she does love Ulic, so
Yes, but
she's not going to force. She realized trying to force him is a mistake. She's like, he wants to be here. I can't make him come back. He has to choose that on his own.
he has to make the decision, right?
True. Nomi like Rey. Really, Rey is a knockoff Anya Solo. And both Nomi and Anya are very well written female characters. Rey is just a garbage knockoff. Well,
I always thought Rey was more of a copy of a character from the KOTOR comics. I won't say her name, but you'll meet her eventually when you get there, Walrus.
is it a spoiler if I know her name
It's
now?
one of the
She's a main character.
Yeah, she's one of the main characters, I think. I think I know who you're talking about.
My buddy Padawan of Christ kind of simped for her hard for a while.
As you do. Okay.
Guess I can't blame him.
Oh. Enchantress and Executioner from early Thor comics. Yep.
Only the real ones know Enchantress. Oh boy.
Let's see. Yeah. Well, let's go into the Sith War then, shall we?
The close to grand finale.
I'd say this is the end. Redemption is more like an epilogue.
Well, the way I look at it, because I was telling Chris Gossett about this when we met at the Legacy Expo. I said the Sith War it was kind of like Lord of the Rings in the sense like what happens during the Sith War is the conclusion of the plot, whereas what happens in Redemption is the conclusion to the story.
It's like the epilogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this cover too.
Yep. Mandalore the Indomitable.
Mandalorians.
The intro to The Mandalorian.
Man.
Oh, that's cool. I was happy to see them. I like Mandalorians.
Mandalore the Indomitable.
Yeah, he's a Tong. I didn't know that.
Ulic recruits him.
Mm-hmm.
For the longest time, the Tongs were the only ones considered to be the true Mandalorians until they started.
Then they started accepting other.
Yeah, they
people
started
into their
accepting other races as like
code
as
or
part of their
whatever.
crusades.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty awesome.
You gotta respect how loyal the Mandalore was to Ulic.
I know.
I was just going to talk about that.
That's cool. Their duel was kind of lame, but
Well, we're talking about the strongest Mandalorian versus a Sith Lord. That's not.
yeah, but Mandalorians are pretty good against.
Yeah, but keep in mind this is early history. The Mandalorians have not had enough
true.
time
That's
to
true.
face Force wielders. They had to develop like tricks of the trade later on to fight Jedi and Sith.
Yeah, they haven't had much interaction before this, right?
This was technically the first contact between the Mandalorians and any Force wielder.
That we know of, right?
Indeed.
Okay. All right. Oh, let's pick that one next.
Oh boy. This cover.
Yeah. Are we ready to get into this? Oh no, this is towards the end. We can wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't mentioned that Exar Kun went to Yavin 4 and found Naga Sadow's hidden ship and took over the Masasi and all that.
Yes. Carried over from Golden Age of the Sith.
Yeah.
All ties together. And can we talk about Exar Kun's journey in Sith War?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he introduces a new lightsaber. A pretty cool one.
A double-bladed lightsaber.
As someone who spoke to, like I said, again, I'm not to toot my own. I spoke to Chris Gossett, and I guess the original print he had of Exar Kun with the lightsaber, because he was the one that originally designed it, was still sitting at George Lucas's house because he really liked the picture. And when they came up with Darth Maul as like a character, they're like, yeah, we have this character, we just don't have like a particular weapon. And then George says, hang on a sec, I'll be right back. And he brings back the huge print of Exar Kun with the double-bladed saber. He's like, how about this?
Yep.
And so when Chris Gossett, when he went to go see the movie in theaters, I guess he wasn't aware of it. He was shocked to see his design like almost completely based on it. Because it was even almost the same pose was being used in the movie. He felt like a kid in a candy store at that point.
But I thought the EU wasn't canon. And George Lucas didn't take any ideas from the EU at all.
I mean, Coruscant came from the Thrawn trilogy.
I know there's so many examples of EU influencing like the prequels. I mean the sense and the force that comes easily to them both, and yeah, she is a knockoff poor character. Yes. Nomi's arc was epic. I agree with that. No, when you get to Legacy Volume 2, you'll see it. Though I say Rey is 50 to 75% Anya, and the other 25% being Anya's cool persona going to Jyn Erso. Jyn Erso.
That's the girl.
Gotta bring that into here, huh? Okay.
That's the girl from Rogue One, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
She's the white British version of Jan Ors.
Jan Horse. Okay.
Kyle's rebellion agent handler.
Yeah, I know who she is.
Yeah, his lady friend.
His lady friend.
Well, I didn't just want to reduce her to his lady friend, but yes.
I know who she is. It's just that comment.
Jan Orr's at home.
Jan Orr's at home.
We have Jan Ors at home. The Jan Ors at home.
It's Jyn Erso.
I want Kyle and Jan Ors. We already have Kyle and Jan Ors at home. And then you just see, what's that guy, Andor?
Yeah.
And Jan Erso. I want Dark Forces. We have Dark Forces at home. It's called Rogue One.
Let's see.
Yeah, but that one sucks, Mom. They die at the end.
Nothing wrong with that.
Understandable. Oh, but back to Tales of the Jedi. Exar Kun does something else quite evil and twisted. He kills his own master.
Yep.
What I found interesting about that duel was the type of weapon that Vodo-Siosk Baas used against his apprentice.
Yeah, it uses a wooden staff.
Yes, but because it was imbued with the power of the Force, it was actually able to clash with a lightsaber. That's impressive. Excuse my... That is impressive.
Yup. Some weapons could could battle against lightsabers. It's pretty interesting.
Star Wars EU covers are like Drew Struzan magic storytelling for me when I was younger.
But yeah, they're works of art.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
some real nice pieces.
Who had the prints you were talking about of Exar Kun with the double-bladed lightsaber?
George Lucas.
Man, is he gonna put that in his new museum?
Probably not.
Ah, I would love to have that print on my wall.
Wait, which print?
The Exar Kun one.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Chris Gossett at the con was actually selling it for like a couple. Like he had like a copy print of it that he was selling for like a couple $100 at the con.
Darn.
Actually, I have a couple thousand.
Darn.
Saying Rey was a poor character is giving it way too much credit. Yes, Jyn Erso has some Jan Ors in her, but when you get to Legacy Volume 2, you'll get what I mean. It's way too obvious. Have any of you read Legacy Volume 2?
I have read Legacy Volume 2. It's decent. It's not as good as the first arc of Legacy because it was longer.
Is that where Anya Solo comes from, is Legacy Volume 2?
Anaya Solo, yeah.
Well, is she related to the Solos?
She is.
Okay.
She's actually the descendant of Jason and Tenel Ka.
Oh. The cover
Wow.
art for 90s comics and books are perfect.
The descendants of Jaina Solo go by the, well,
They go
I guess
by
it's not
Fel.
spoilers because you've gotten through most of NJO. Yeah,
Yeah,
Fel.
they get married. I know that.
The
I have
Fel-
the New Republic Omnibus Volume 2.
Yay!
I made minifigures for legacy characters. Awesome.
Sick.
Kukrook. Cool. That's a cool one.
Mori
Just wanted to hop in here and say congratulations on the recent success on the channel. Thank you. Been watching for a good while now, and you are one of my personal favorite Star Wars YouTubers. I appreciate the support, Logan. Glad you enjoy the channel.
Walrus is cool.
Congrats, man.
Thank you. I try to be.
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like this story gets freaking dark, man. Like the one that gets me is when Exar Kun orders his new students to kill their masters,
Yeah.
and then Thon was next.
Yeah.
It was by Oswillem too, I think.
Yeah. Well, but you didn't send the A team to go take out Master Thon. You sent Keto, who sucks, and Oswillem. What? Keto did nothing impressive in the comics. He wasn't that impressive. He was Exar Kun's little kitty boy.
I mean, gotta respect his loyalty, though.
Well, Exar Kun needed a pet, so
Was it a Ulic's idea to dispose of Keto and Aleema? Like at the same time?
I think that was a combined plan between him and Kun.
yeah. Well,
They knew they were going to have scapegoats.
Yep.
So they did Aleema. They did Aleema and Keto.
Yeah, get rid of the troublemakers that they don't want to deal with anymore. Yeah, since Aleema betrayed Ulic and Keto just failed. Although Exar Kun shouldn't be surprised. It was Master Thon, and there was Silvar and Nomi Sunrider there to help Thon too. So, Random question, but have y'all heard anything new or exciting about the Starfighter movie? I haven't heard anything new about the movie.
Not particularly. I haven't been interested in a lot of the new stuff. I kind of fell out of that.
Yeah,
Agreed.
same here. But it's got Ryan Gosling. You know, he likes Jori.
He was good in Project.
But people were making jokes that he was going to be Cade Skywalker, and I said, no, I don't want literally me to be a drug addict.
I don't think he'd be a good fit for Cade Skywalker.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't. Well, I don't know. I haven't read that, so I don't know. Maybe he is, but I don't know. He just doesn't give off that vibe. Kind of sounds like another dad protecting son movie. Yeah, that's what I've heard. And Disney Star Wars loves that trope, by the way.
Is it another found family dad?
Well, I think the plot, or at least what I've heard, is Ryan Gosling's character has to protect this kid who is most likely force sensitive from the bad guys who want the force sensitive kid for their evil machinations. So it's basically the Mandalorian, basically. I didn't even go see the Mando movie. You're not missing out on anything.
Well, that's a concept I noticed Disney has been milking a lot, which is like the found family dad. The locations that they did it was like Andor's mom and dad. You know, it's because it's always the non-biological found family parents, basically.
Mm-hmm.
They are a family company. They make family-friendly movies, so I guess it all.
I know, but like it's never like biological family members. It's always, you know, Cassian's mom and dad found him in like an engine part or something like that, and then like we think of another example. You know, Mando found Grogu.
There's
there are other examples.
Rebels.
Yeah, Ezra from Rebels.
Bad Batch and babysitting Omega the whole show.
Yeah, and then what's another example? Oh, I just had it. Jyn Erso not being with her real father and kind of resenting him. Only to find out he actually cared later, but in the meantime was being raised by Saw Gerrera, who was again father figure, not a father.
Dad of the year, that one. I would say wait for a trailer on Starfighter, Logan, to see if you want to go see it.
Also, I think there was another piece of EU media that's named Starfighter. Kind of continues the whole.
There was Starfighter, and then its sequel, Jedi Starfighter.
Yeah, kind of like Tales of the Jedi. It's like poetry.
They're stealing everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yes, the covers are incredible. They depict the story extremely well. The Star Wars book cover to cover gallery has the Tales art. Actually, Anya has some background mysteries, which I'm tackling. Cool. I'm fine with the son-dad thing as long as it's used sparingly. It's way too forced. Well, they're overdoing it right now. To give Disney some credit, Andor was pretty good in my opinion. Mostly everything else sucks. Oh no. Stop the presses. We have an Andor fan in the chat. No.
Whoa.
Well, good that you enjoyed it. I did not. Yeah, Disney used that trope way too much. Starfighter game was fun. I haven't played it. Yeah, the Clone Wars and Phantom Menace video games.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's something I want to talk about in a certain Clone Wars game, but maybe later. You might know.
There was an actor in the third Spartacus series that was a dead-on Cade Skywalker.
Spartacus?
Interesting.
Is that the series where they recast after one season?
Yeah, because I think the actor died or something like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know exactly. Well, hey, I liked Andor. I honestly just viewed it not as a Star Wars thing, and it's just its own show. Well,
fair enough.
Yeah. You can have your opinion. It's fine. It's fine to be wrong.
Okay. That's your opinion.
I'm not going to ban you or kick you out because you like Andor.
Just
Let's
joking.
get back to
Yeah, just the joke.
let's get back to Tales of the Jedi. We're getting
About time.
topic-
Yeah, during the whole comment section, you guys sounded like robots again, and I'm not even moving this time.
Ah,
yeah.
well, we
Yeah.
were practicing our robot.
Yes. We're gonna be like that dudes from the Matrix.
You kind of sounded like the Gran from the Dark Forces 2 live action cutscene.
The Grand.
I haven't played that, so I wouldn't know.
Why'd you gotta compare me to a Grand, dude?
You just give off grand vibes, I guess.
Large hand, 3 eyes. If you're a female, multiple boobs.
Oh,
Why couldn't you compare me to like a Vong or something?
you just.
I always
give off
assume
vibes.
Vong are like raspy voiced and angry because they're like in a lot of pain.
Yeah, that's their default. Let's be
You
real.
guys-
We all liked Andor because Bix, whatever her name was hot. Oh, is that your
Whoa.
reason? Okay.
Wait, what?
He just said we all liked Andor because the character was hot.
I can't think of
I didn't find her that attractive, but that's just me.
She's fine.
There's some hot characters in the EU. Do you want to talk about the big climax of this story, like already? The one you're showing
Well,
off?
we haven't covered the big death.
Yeah, that's what I was
Big
talking about.
death of
Okay.
Nomi. She dies. The end. No. Yeah. As we can see here in the picture on the screen, the Ulic brothers, the Qel-Droma brothers, they duel, and it
Yes.
ends badly for Qel-Droma, not
Yes.
K Skywalker. Man of simple pleasures. Okay.
Well, that's fine.
Hey, episode 2 sucks, but I still like it because Padme. Well, you're just a simple man trying to make your way in the universe. I get it.
Yeah. I guess talking about K, and it's kind of like this, kind of like a full circle moment in a way where, Arca is the one that led Ulic, to the dark side, and then the death of K is what led Ulic to question his allegiance.
It also led Nomi to grief, and I guess you could say, quote unquote, cut Ulic off from the Force, but I don't genuinely believe you can fully be cut off from the Force.
Well,
At least not entirely. Like,
there's probably some lingering things, I guess. I don't know.
well, the way my mom described it to me, because supposedly there's some things that can't feel the Force, or maybe they're just so low or weak in the Force that you can't feel them.
Mm.
It doesn't mean they're like, for example, and the ending of Redemption, which we'll get to, kind of affirms that.
Good night, Tiki Man.
Take care, man.
Oh, is Scarlet leaving?
No, Tiki Man's leaving. And apparently
Tiki.
Logan is as well. You have a good night and rest of the stream. Wish I could stay longer, but gotta be up by 5. Well, yep.
All right.
Thanks
Take
for
care,
watching. Appreciate it. All right. Back to K and all this.
Man, this just like
Oh,
this
okay.
like summarizes that Nomi is there.
Oh, a dog.
Oh, sorry, that's the dogs in my background.
Oh, got it. This kind of just summarizes like how much of a force to be reckoned with Nomi is. Battle meditation and taking away someone's connection to the Force, man. That's freaking wild. Yes.
She's pretty powerful. And to think she started out as a reluctant Jedi.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Well, what's interesting is that after she did it to Ulic, like, she instantly regretted it. She's like, I've completely cut him off from the Force as far as she's aware.
Yeah, it does mess
And
with
it did. The funny thing is, it didn't just like cut off his connection to the Force, but it cut off his actual eyesight.
It did?
Yeah, he's blind.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't get that vibe from him being blind.
I could have swore he was blind. Maybe I'm wrong. It seemed like his actual eyesight was cut off as well.
I don't know about that. I thought he was just like blind to the Force, you know? He's like the Jedi exile from KOTOR too.
It's been a bit since I read it. I got to get back to it.
Yeah, understandable.
A Jedi without the Force is like being blind.
Yeah, kind
True,
of.
in a way, yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's true. Todd Lasence. Look at the picture of him as Caesar. Going back to the best of the best. Tales of the Jedi. If I ever win a Powerball, I'm getting all the figures.
Smart.
They made toys of Tales of the Jedi?
I guess so.
Might have to look that up.
It must be very rare.
Huh, must be like a fortune.
Yeah, they're probably expensive. Then again, they could make some Black Series of some of them. Like
That would be cool.
Exar Kun and Ulic and Nomi. I doubt they'll make more than that from Tales of the Jedi.
Odan-Urr.
Odan-Urr, yeah. That would be cool, but
So
I
it's
don't
You
like,
imagine the Thon Black Series? It'd be very big.
it needs to have a saddle so you can have figures ride him.
You can have an Os Willem figure ride him.
Yeah. Black Series Exar Kun is an immediate, but yeah, that would be a cool one.
more EU figures is appreciated.
Yeah,
Sell like hotcakes.
yeah. It's
Fun,
nice
yeah.
they're-
So, but yeah. Fun fact: Exar Kun was both like in real world chronologically, as well as in the expanded universe chronologically, the first person to have a double bladed saber.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah. Each stanza, you know, just kind of. Hopefully, it'll work.
I may have gone too far in a few places. Yeah. All right. Let's continue with Tales of the Jedi and quit getting sidetracked.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, this makes Ulic realize question his allegiance, and then he helps he helps the Republic track down Exar Kun to Yavin 4. And you know what happens there.
Yep. He does a ritual and takes his spirit out of his body, and it gets trapped in his tomb. So he doesn't die.
And Jedi build a wall of light around the tunnel while he's just kind of trapped in the dark.
Yep. What a guy.
What a
That must
legend.
be. Yeah. that
Well,
must have been-
it's funny that they it's funny that they the way it's kind of done, like everybody else is good and in the light, and while Ulic is looking for a place for exile at the end of it, he doesn't feel anything, and then all of a sudden Exar Kun in the shadows like, I can't see, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh man, that ending gets me, bro. That's one heck of a way to go.
That's why you don't choose the Sith path. You're just gonna end up sad and lonely.
But speaking of, by the way, Walrus, would you mind looking up an image? Look up
Jedi surround Exar Kun.
I do mind.
Oh shoot, never mind.
It's fine. Jedi surround Exar Kun.
There's like an official artwork from one of the books that's supposed to be for the Jedi Academy trilogy.
Kun.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, you know which artwork I'm talking about. Because technically Kun doesn't meet his end until that one.
Are you talking about this bad boy right here?
Yeah.
Man,
Yep.
that is sick. I'm not gonna lie.
I
So
believe
someone
this is-
on DeviantArt actually made their own version,
Ah,
which is it doesn't look exactly like this, but it looks similar.
I believe this is in the Jedi versus Sith Essential Guide to the Force book.
Yeah.
I think that's where this is from.
I like that the artwork made him like look accurate to his Tales of the Jedi look, but also made him a character in shadow because he's in the dark now.
Mm-hmm.
It all connects. And if you're just slightly curious about what happens to the spirit of Exar Kun, there's a story.
Jedi Academy. Or if you want a summarized version, you could read I Jedi.
Boo!
Yes.
Ever read Jedi Academy Leviathan? It's kind of a sequel to this.
It's an okay comic, bit short, but it's good.
Yeah.
Is it
It's
a kind
okay.
of sequel to this?
It actually takes place not long after like the Callista trilogy.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That pic depicts the battle at the Jedi Academy? Yes, it does.
Yes. And I think Kevin J. Anderson also wrote that.
Yeah, he did.
So he's connecting it all together. Tom Veach, Kevin J. Anderson working together. That's what I love. Writers working together in the EU. So it's the Jedi and Jedi Academy trilogy. Tie in pretty nicely.
They do.
And I like that.
Leviathan was good.
Leviathan was okay. It just wasn't one of my favorite of Kevin J. Anderson's work.
What's the best Kevin J. Anderson Star Wars project?
For me, or just in general?
Whatever you think is best.
For me, is Young Jedi Knights. I mean, I love Tales of the Jedi and the work he did there, as well as the Jedi. But Young Jedi Knights is just peak tier for me for when it comes to his stuff.
Understandable.
Yep, I'd say Tales of the Jedi, but I haven't read the Young Jedi Knights, so
I'd highly recommend. It's very good. Like not like parallel in the sense of like similar events, but parallel in the sense that the writing is still very good.
Yeah. If you could find a way to read it, they're pretty good. Yeah.
I tried getting them before I got to NJO, but alas, I run out of time. So
I got the hardcovers. Believe it or not, I lucked out with those.
wow, way to brag.
I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying at some point, if I can find like a quiet place at my house, I'm planning on doing like reads of them and putting them on my YouTube channel for people to listen to.
Yeah, they should
You're gonna do voices?
Best I can, at least. And I'm trying to I'll probably add some like hokey sound effects or cheap music that sounds like Star Wars but isn't Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Good night, Santiago.
Later, Santiago.
Take care.
Thanks for chatting.
Good night.
YJK is hard to find. The paperbacks are pretty easy to find. They're just costly because they're rarer.
Yeah. They need to reprint those puppies. Come on.
Well, I get why they reprinted the Jedi Academy trilogy because that's more like Bantam stuff. Just like what Del Rey did for years was reprint those. But it's a lot harder for stuff like, say, Galaxy of Fear and Jedi Prince and
Jedi Prince.
Yeah, the Galaxy of Fear, Jedi Prince, the Dark Forces,
the Jude
the
Watson series that she wrote. Like
yeah,
Jedi.
again, and the reason why is because they had like offshoot companies that made them. Like for example, Young Jedi Knights and Junior Jedi Knights was like, as well as Galaxy of Fear was like some college company or something like that. And then all the Jude Watson stuff, as well as like the Boba Fett books, that was all Scholastic. So unless they work out some kind of deal with Scholastic for their young reader stuff, like they did before, you're not likely to see reprints of those.
Mm-hmm.
At least not in the US.
They need to reprint all the young adult books like Jedi Prince, Quest, Apprentice, Boba Fett, etc. Fun fact: the Boba Fett young adult books were my first EU reading experience.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Back to Tales of the Jedi.
Indeed.
Sorry about that.
Oh, Tiki Man. Nice.
Boba Fett peak.
Boba Fett. Anyways,
Yeah.
Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Did we finish Sith War? Because we talked about Exar Kun and
Yeah, we pretty much finished Sith War. We haven't talked Redemption yet, though.
All right, then let's move to that. Let's keep this train rolling. Otherwise, we'll be here all night.
Sith War, great comic.
All right, let's pick one. This
one is great too.
Old Man Ulic.
Oh man, Ulic.
Yes. By this point, it's like been a decade since like Kuhn's defeat.
Yep.
So like,
Ulic goes to exile, and I guess he goes to die, and
he just wants to be left alone.
He kind of goes to repent. I mean,
this is like what they did with Jake and TLJ, but this time the reason is actually good.
Yes.
Much more understandable.
Yes.
And works. I mean, Ulic.
The motivation in this instance is actually understandable. I'm like, oh, yeah, I've seen what he's lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like at that point, it's like, what can you do? Like even the Republic, like one of the past like Jedi, like just wants to like murder this dude for like his crimes, So I can't blame him for just going out and hiding, because if he goes back to the Republic, he'd be screwed, Like what else you're supposed to do? So it makes sense for Ulic to, go into exile. Mm-hmm. It's really tragic, but it makes sense.
Yep. I said this on a previous video, but Nomi Sunrider was supposed to be in KOTOR in Bastila's place.
Yeah, she was supposed to be the original love interest of Revan before Bastila got brought on board. And it's because Tom Veach had like a rights disagreement for the character with Lucasfilm, and that's pretty much why he ended up leaving.
Yeah. That's a shame. That would have been a cool connection.
It really would have. I mean, they still created connections, because Jolie, his whole backstory is technically he was a Jedi from that time, and it's one of the reasons why he left the Order, because of what happened during the Sith War.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Mandalorian Wars take place like 10 years after.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, pretty sooner than I expected, which is surprising.
I know. I thought it'd be farther than that. You can find Ulic's robes in the game.
It kind of makes sense if you're talking about the Qel-Droma robe on Korriban.
Isn't that from Duran Qel-Droma though?
Yeah, it's from Duran Qel-Droma from that side comic. But what I was gonna, what were you talking about before, Scarlet?
Oh, like the Mandalorian Wars takes place. Like,
Right. Okay, now I remember. Sorry, I had to make sure I refreshed the idea. But you said it was like a decade after, but it actually kind of makes sense considering the Tong that picks up Mandalore's helmet on the moon of Duxon was the one that would become Mandalore the Ultimate.
Forgot about that.
Oh, Magneto Alex. Redemption, Last Jedi done right. Pretty much.
Jake Qel-Droma.
Yeah.
I came to this ice ball to die.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's time for the Qel-Droma line to end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that Ulic deserved redemption?
I think so.
I mean,
Well, a lot of the things he did were horrible, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't, try to pick up and try to be better after it.
Yeah.
Because he obviously did regret killing his brother, and it's not like he got away unscarred. The Force was stripped from him. Most Jedi didn't trust him after the war.
Redemption isn't about what's deserved.
Exactly. Wouldn't be called redemption if you deserved it.
Yeah.
yeah.
What's wrong with giving him a chance to make amends?
That I think
Which you don't deserve, and then after the mercy, the repentance. Yeah, that makes sense. He was already repentant immediately after he cut down his brother.
Yeah.
And then the Force was stripped from him, so you're like, what do you expect from this guy? He already regrets the fact that he killed a bunch of people and killed his brother. If the Force has been completely stripped from him, what would satisfy you at that point?
Yeah. Do you know what this storyline reminded me of? It's a bit like Logan.
Kind of,
Wolverine.
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
when I thought about Old Man Ulic, I thought about Old Man Logan, but like the comic that the movie is based on. But it do be like that, because these are they become old characters and kind of cynical.
Well, the whole kind of point was the whole kind of point, at least for Ulic, was learning to find purpose and reason to live again. And Vima, Old Man Ulic, Vima she's trying to get her mom's attention, and her mom is called a conclave of the Jedi, which I guess technically Vima Sunrider is a Grand Master because only a Grand Master can do that.
I'd say the only way redemption isn't deserved and by its nature can't be is when you deny redemption, when you double down. It's another trope that is used too much, in my opinion. Oh yeah, the old man character.
I see what Alex is saying there. The next comment he has says, "I'm not sorry and I do it." That is denial of the concept of redemption.
Yes.
Where you have you did horrible things and you have zero repentance of it.
Like a bad guy?
Yes.
Jaded old man trope.
The jaded old man trope isn't bad so long as it sticks the landing. And I think for redemption, it did indeed stick the landing.
I don't think any trope is bad as long as it's done well.
Yeah, I agree.
Most tropes aren't bad.
Yeah.
Except for the misunderstanding trope.
That's a whole other topic.
Yeah. Well, as I told Nazo in a comment earlier today, I had thoughts about redemption, which is really, I enjoyed redemption. I liked that Ulic got a chance to get redemption. My only issue is how he dies. That dopey character kills him.
Really? That's true.
Oh, you mean Hagen?
Yeah, that dopey moron.
I actually, after seeing that, I was just as angry as Sylvar was. And she literally echoes the sentiments, and she's like, "Were it not for the man you just killed, I would cut you down."
Yeah. Like,
that midget.
Yeah.
I kind of like the fact that a dignified, heroic final stand. It's more about him becoming redeemed and then saving someone else from evil. And once he does that, it's almost like his time is done.
It's not that he died. That doesn't bother me. It's just the how. That
Yeah,
guy
I get.
shot
I
him.
even made a meme. It's like one of the Chads with like shadow over his eyes, and he's pointing a gun at Hagen, and then he lowers the gun and says, "This isn't what he'd want."
Yeah.
Because like Hagen, Hagen, obviously, as far as I'm concerned, he's someone who actually deserves to die for that. But
Yeah.
you know, would that be honoring to Ulic? Would that be what
No.
Ulic would want?
No. And it's not a very, I don't know, nice way of thinking, but oh well. There's nothing new under the sun. Tropes exist for a reason. Yep.
The one thing I really, and I like what he, like his whole kind of arc with Vima, just kind of like teaching her the ways of the Jedi, and
Yeah.
like them both carving sculptures of her father and his master.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought a lot of that was really well done.
Yeah. He was a good master to her.
He taught her a lot of the things that Nomi couldn't. You could tell when Nomi and him reunited, there was almost kind of like they're both kind of ashamed at what happened. She's ashamed of taking away his connection to the Force, and he feels like he can't face her because he broke her heart, and
Yeah.
so there's that like that kind of awkward bit of shame. And she's like, I wish when he's dying, she's like, I wish there had been more time.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sad because that's kind of what you ultimately want. But what I loved about the finale, and it reinforces my whole belief that even if you are mostly cut off from the Force, you're not entirely disconnected from it.
Well, he
Because-
still faded when he died.
Yeah, he became one with the Force,
Yep.
and he literally, like most people who had lost the Force, but still had the heart of a true Jedi at the end, still became one with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's even Vima is kind of like Alex cough cough
Yep.
Vaughn. Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Ulic did it first.
Yes, he did.
No new
But,
stories
like-
entirely implemented. Yes.
Wait, what's
Not
he
the
talking
same,
about?
but the Vaughn.
Well, the Vong are supposed to be mostly disconnected from the Force, but it's clear as day that they still have some level of connection, even
Mhm.
if it's not known to the Jedi.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
in Ulic's case, you know, it shows that like
Hmm.
his death was not an unhappy one. He got to see people he cared about one last time, and then he became one with the Force. He got to redeem someone who, you know, she slapped Keto herself, but at the same time, that was still her mate. So him dying obviously caused her a lot of grief because she can't like find another mate. It's like you pick the way their Cathar society works. Like you pick one, and that's your mate for life.
Yeah. He's no loss.
I know, but even if even if he wasn't a big loss, that was still a danger to her that she had to go through, and she couldn't blame Exar Kun because Exar Kun, as far as she was concerned, was dead. But she could blame Ulic, who was still alive and wanting him. And Ulic just straight up, just like, I'm not going to fight you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. He says, if you give in to this, then you'll be no better than I was. And she
Yep.
wakes up. She's like, "Thank you for stopping me," and then he gets
boom,
gunned
laser
down.
blast. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have to remember, from an idiot like Hagen's point of view, he's like, "Yeah, I killed an evil genocider."
Yeah.
Bounty hunters do be like that, though.
He wasn't even a bounty hunter; he was a ferryman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he just wanted popularity, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. All right. Let's look at some of these other covers for Redemption. We got this one.
This is a great one.
Oh, look, and there's her spirit of her papa.
Nice. Which they create their own Mount Rushmore for
Yeah.
Ander and Arca.
Yep. Now they just need 2 more to complete the set.
Man.
We got this one. Oh yeah, we get to go to Cathar in this. Get a
There was
little bit
that
of Cathar culture.
Actually, that particular culture was more the Twi'leks. She was helping
But you do go on Cathar for a bit though too.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you go to Tatooine, or not Tatooine. Ryloth. You know, Danita comes back. Hadn't seen him for a bit.
Which, by the way, that particular cover, or that particular one of the particular panels, I have in a Star Wars Dark Horse book called Panel to Panel Volume 2, The Expanded Universe, and I got Chris Gossett to sign it.
Nice.
Nice.
Khajiit.
Khajiit. Oh yeah.
Cathar are basically Khajiit cat people.
The Cathar. Khajiit.
Cathar aren't even the only cat people.
No,
There's like other species like them.
Cathar. What's the other? What is it?
Wait. Cathars are the only cat species?
No.
Yeah, there are other ones. There's one that the Villy was like trying to put the moves on. I forgot their species name. And then like
as you do.
There's another feline species because one of them appears in Star Wars Republic during the Clone Wars. It was during that Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, Agen Kolar, and CC Tin arc. But
I like that cover.
Which one?
It has Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, Agen Kular, and Sacy Tin on it.
Yeah, he knows which Republic. There's a double arc of it, or two issue arc of it.
Here, let's look it up.
Juhani from KOTOR, is she Cathar or some other?
She is a Cathar, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. It's from the Phantom Menace era, right?
You get to see a little bit. I won't say which issue, but you get to see a little bit of the Cathar in Knights of the Old Republic just before their massacre.
It's this cover. Well, it's this. Yeah. See, look at that. Oh, lost his horn. Look at these guys. These are
It's slowly growing back.
hardened. Oh, there's my favorite right there.
Fisto.
Yep. Jedi A-Team.
Yep. Oh shoot! It's the same squad that went to attack Palpatine.
Yes.
Yeah, my guess is they probably got like early bits of like the Revenge of the Sith script, and so they just decided, hey, let's do a comic arc where these guys work together quite a bit, and so that's why Mace brought these guys, because they're like his A-Team.
Nice.
Yeah.
You need your own squad of boys.
Me and the boys about to arrest the Chancellor.
He may be a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
Because he may be a Sith Lord.
Well, that was Tales of the Jedi. Final
Excellent
thoughts.
series. Excellent series. Well worth your time. My number 3 of my top 10 EU comics. Instant classic.
Yep.
Almost Lord of the Rings-ish.
Like the Silmarillion of Star Wars.
No, that goes to Supernatural Encounters. But
Aww.
this is more akin to its plot is very not 100% the same, but very similar to Lord of the Rings.
Is that Alex?
Yes. It looks like he's God, it's that one judge guy from
Judge Holden.
yeah.
I just
Judge
came in at the
Holden.
end to say hello.
Basically the devil incarnate in the Old West.
The Gnostic angel that tries to keep you from seeing the higher truths. Multiple interpretations. But that's
Supernatural Encounters is crazy. I love it. I still gotta finish it. My dad and I were reading a bit of it bit by bit, but I'm just gonna end up listening to it at work when I finish most of the EU.
I can't even imagine trying to listen to that. So much like information.
Oh, trust me, I will. It's listed as like 50 to 60 hours long, but I'll do it over
audiobooks?
days.
Got your books out?
No, I have the EPUB from Joe.
Okay. Because I know my friend Robert's doing the voice work for it. So
Robert, he's the one with like the smooth ASMR voice, right?
yeah, the super deep voice. Yes. Super deep.
Yes, I love that. I love Robert's voice. So I may show that one to my dad just so we have like a chill thing to listen to while we're looking up Star Wars, every single EU lore reference in there.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
These are from Amazon.
Isn't it like supposed to be like five or six books long in there?
Yeah, there's a lot in there. It's like 900 pages.
So close within a minute.
So long book. Some highs and lows. Some things I approve of. Some things I don't. But that's what fiction's for.
Indeed.
But I love Redemption. Definitely top 3 comics of all time. It might be my favorite, but then KOTOR also exists, and I really love KOTOR, and especially since Marcel from the Revanchists had me voice Zane, so I have like a personal connection to that. And I just think those 50 issues are kind of perfect. I don't think there's any drag in those. So that's between that.
Actually, yeah, that's kind of the reason why it's my number 2.
Yeah.
But the question. The question I wanted, what do you mean you played Zane? Are you talking about like in like the side stories that are connected to it? Or
Marcel used to do a bunch of like fan audiobooks for like short stories and stuff.
I know they're still on his channel. But I didn't know that they had you play Zane in them.
No, it was really weird. Marcel and Brennan and a bunch of other people, but mostly Marcel and Brennan really pushed it. They're like, listen, every time we read these comics, we hear your voice. Can you please do Zane? I was like, I guess. So I did Zane for 2 videos. So
I guess if anybody ever does like a live read of the KOTOR comics, we should definitely recommend your voice for Zane.
It's just Marcel and Brennan being silly. I don't know why they hear me for Zane, but
Oh, you kind of got that endearing young voice.
oh, thank you. Appreciate that. I still get 19 years old. It's sweet. I have not.
You're like the Yuri Lowenthal of the Star Wars.
That's a crazy comparison. I appreciate that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right, I love that guy. Been in everything.
Yep. Ben 10 himself.
Ben 10.
Yeah. But yeah, Tales of the Jedi, just really good. I mean, some of the best Star Wars like comics, stories ever. And I think I can't help but like look at it like because I feel like a lot owes to this era, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the old Republic period, you know, expanding the Star Wars universe, like beyond like, you know, just like the New Republic era.
Yeah. I mean, completely new characters outside of Exar Kun, if you've been reading publication-wise because of Jedi Academy. But outside of that, all new people. I mean, they might have been referenced in Dark Empire, but like as actual characters with like almost no relation to the movie characters. I mean, that's Tales of the Jedi, and yet it's enthralling regardless. I mean, I would honestly say to some people, if they, you know, didn't know if they wanted to get into the EU, like they didn't know if they want to read it like a bunch of books, I'd say like, well, start with Tales of the Jedi. See how you feel about it.
Tiki Man says he'll voice Griff. Yeah, Griff is one of the best characters in the KOTOR comic.
Agreed.
Can I voice the
Although if we ever do a KOTOR comic, I've got dibs on Slisk.
Slisk.
He's adorable. I'm sorry. he's adorable.
Get Robert to do Demical.
Demical. My creepy, quiet voice.
I think that's perfect for the Mandalorian, actually.
Maybe get Walrus to be Roland.
Oh, yeah. I can see it.
I don't know if that's good or not.
He's a good character. He just sadly kind of gets a back seat for most of the series, though.
Yeah.
Can I be the blind Jedi?
Which one is the blind?
No, blonde.
Blonde Jedi.
With
Which
a white
one's the
robe.
Oh, the master.
Lucian Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be the psychopath.
Sick, man. Nice.
Man,
I also wouldn't mind. I also wouldn't mind being Hazen for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
Obvious.
you want to get invested into a Star Wars comic? You have the first issue, have all the masters kill the students, and be like, "What?" And you just have to read.
Hey, Walrus hasn't read it yet. He's already attacked me for one small reference.
Oh, it's the first issue. It's literally the issue to get you to read the next 49.
That is true. That is the very beginning.
To be fair, so
Don't tell me the ending.
No. That's the first issue. I will not tell you the ending.
It's basically. You ever see the movie The Fugitive?
Kind of like that. Basically,
Kinda
Zane would blame for something he hasn't done. It's kind of like the start.
Padawans. I don't care.
I literally suck. How does anybody believe I've killed it? I suck at being a Jedi. I don't understand.
Scion.
Wasn't there a library about Lucian Dre being?
Malgus, but then
he's not Scion. Scion, believe it or not, judging from the implication I've gotten from his tone and everything, and from the time period, I think he's more from Exar Kun's time, like one of the Fallen Apprentices from there.
Interesting.
Crazy thing is that Tales of Jedi is only like people are still alive in the KOTOR era that were alive for those wars. So like Jolie Bindo. So it's like it's not.
Yeah, I was telling them about that. How Jolie was actually like a survivor from the Great Sith War.
It's just like the galaxy. Like there's like 2 periods of time where there's no break. It's the Tales of Jedi all the way up until I guess there's a little break in between KOTOR and SWOTOR. But
there's like I said, there's like a 10-year period between the Great Sith War and the Mandalorian Wars. So
it's like in the grand scheme of things, it's like one after the other, and then you have the original trilogy, and then you have all the Bantam books, and then you have the New Jedi Order, and then it just keeps going, and they never just get to relax.
That's not true. They got to relax in Union.
I guess for a little bit.
For the most part, they got to relax in Union.
Wasn't you remember like at the end of the Sith War where the Mandalorians take the mask from the Mandalore the Indomitable? Is that supposed to be Mandalore the Ultimate, for Mandalore?
Yeah, that's the implication I got, that was Mandalore the Ultimate.
Wow.
Is that the Mandalore before Canderous becomes Mandalore?
Yeah, actually.
Yes, and you have
Mandalore in Mandalore. What was his? I'm trying to remember what his title was. It was like Mandalore the Reviver or something like that.
Mandalore the Preserver.
Oh, the Preserver. Yeah.
Yeah, for Canderous Ordo.
I was gonna say the Reclaimer next, but for Preserver actually sounds better.
Nice.
Preserver. The life preserver.
I think it works for Ordo.
Mm-hmm.
Some cool Mandalorian lore during this era.
Yeah, but only near the tail end. Not that I'm complaining, but that's roughly about the time when it came up.
Who's the best Mandalore?
That's crap, yeah.
Go to the back fridge.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Take this.
Mandalore, that dude from TCW. No, I'm just kidding.
Boo.
Good choice. Good choice.
Oh, man, that's a good question though.
Those are not Mandalorians. Darmanda.
I just like that Kreia goes to Canderous and is like, oh, by the way, your people are going to be irrelevant forever. So just want you to know that because I want to be mean. So I literally don't really have any reason to tell you this, but I just want you to know that your people don't matter after this. So, all right, thanks.
That was definitely mean.
Yeah. Also, maybe a dig at Karen Travis. I don't know.
The shell of the armor upon the shell of a man, too easily slain by Jedi.
Yeah, they had their time in the Tales of the Jedi. It was the Sith or it was the Mandalorians. But then as soon as you get to the prequels and the OT and on, they don't really do much. They show up, but they never matter as much as they used to. Even when
they were never the big crusader. You're basically saying they were never the big crusaders that they used to be.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme, although I don't know when, but I know they have a decent part near the end of NJO. They
do. I'm not spoiling anything, but I'm just saying, in terms of galaxy-wide scope, they were a threat. There was a time where after.
But they'll never be that. They'll never be that threat again.
No, they never are anywhere. So,
yeah.
I mean, theoretically, you can make a story, I guess, sometime after Legacy where they could be, but they've never. We don't have anything. So.
Yeah, that one kind of ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Poor
as far
Hondo
as the
Car.
timeline we have, they've not been a problem since these comics.
I would have loved to have seen more of Hondo Car's arc, even though he's not like my favorite character from that era. I liked his character though.
You gotta respect Mandalore the Ultimate, who led the Mandalorians during the Mandalorian Wars, which was probably the peak of their existence,
And they've been riding on that high ever since.
This is wild.
I mean, now that you kind of explain that, it's no wonder they hate the Jedi. They were never the same after that war.
Yep. All right. Any last thoughts on Tales of the Jedi?
Other than it's a fantastic series and you should read it? No, not particularly.
I mean, like I said, some of the best Star Wars comic stories ever, and a lot a lot of the EU owes to this era, and respect to Tom Beach and Kevin J. Anderson, especially like Kevin J. Anderson. Like the whole like conflict with Tom Beach like leaving because I don't exactly know how, but like the like rights issues or something. But Kevin J. Anderson, he actually wanted to respect his story, and he just continued it from there. I heard stories where like Kevin J. Anderson was like talking to like Tom Beach like behind the scenes or whatever when he was already blacklisted. That's kind of wild to think, probably could have gotten in trouble for that, but he just like a respectful writer, he wanted to continue his story, kind of like how Brandon Sanderson did in a way for Wheel of Time, to like finish the story, kind of like that. So respect,
team player.
Yeah, respect to Kevin J. Anderson, and Tom Beach, of course, the architects. If it wasn't for them and many of the other artists, we wouldn't have gotten them. One of the most interesting and important eras in all of Star Wars.
I will say one more thing though. Tom Beach and Kevin J. Anderson, I think they got the myth and fairy tale aspects of Star Wars better than everybody. Like any of the other authors. Again, like I said, Zahn and Stackpole are more of a logical art style, less philosophical, less mythological fairy tale King Arthur type. Samurai. That's the type of thought process that I got from Anderson and Veach's work, and it's really reflected well in Tales of the Jedi. I hardly even noticed the author change, basically.
Yeah,
agree.
You kind of stole some of the words out of my mouth. I think in a lot of ways, the Tales of the Jedi comics kind of surpassed the movies in a lot of ways, while also perfectly encapsulating everything that made them great in a small little package and just condensed. But also, just what was life like before the movies, and you get to see that in these comics, and it really feels ancient and old and different. Unlike, we later on get a comic called Dawn of the Jedi, which is even further back, and yet it feels way closer to contemporary time than Tales does for some reason.
Another reason why it was kind of a bummer.
Yeah. But I think, people can say what they want about Kevin J. Anderson. Tom Veach, gave us Dark Empire and everything. But I think, like Nazo said, I think more so than any other authors, while maybe not as I don't know what's the word, like logical or complex maybe in terms of
their writing style is very simple and straightforward, which is why it's easy to get into.
Yeah, but it feels more true and authentic to the original trilogy in terms of tone, I think, and what it wanted to convey to an audience, and like you said, that myth aspect, and so. For that reason, I think it may be one of the best representations of what Star Wars is. In some ways, more so than the movies. In some ways, not. But I think it's a perfect gateway into the expanded universe if somebody was hesitant to divest all that money and time. It's an excellent place to start. So.
Honestly, if you're reading chronologically, I actually have you start with Tales of the Jedi rather
than Dawn. It's going to make you not want to read it either.
Yeah, no, Dawn is not a good start, but Tales is a wonderful place to start.
Yes.
Yep, I agree with that.
And like you said, it has those Star Wars qualities, good versus evil, Jedi versus Sith, and redemption as well.
Redemption, hate, it's like Alex said, it encapsulates like a lot of the themes that you remember from like the original trilogy, and even aspects that were later incorporated into the prequels.
Yeah.
And like just sort of gives you the, like, as far as I'm concerned, the legit mythos of what it's really about.
The quintessential Star Wars story.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn could have evolved into something different, but cool, I think.
I think it's got interesting ideas. It just flubbered
Didn't
it all.
execute a lot of them very well. And
No.
I know we rag on Dawn because I know people are like, well, it didn't have a chance to be anything better because of the buyout and, you know, it getting canceled. And I'm like, yeah, but like, usually, even in most comic series, you really do have to stick the landing. Because if the landing just feels like the starting buildup of something better, then when are we actually going to get the something better?
Understandable.
Like at least with Tales of the Jedi, both with like you know, Ulic, Qel-Droma, Nomi Sunrider, or even if you go as far back as Golden Age of the Sith, like those are solid foundation starting points. They kind of give you a view of the world in that particular universe at that particular time, and then build further on that in a way that like doesn't feel like super explanatory. It follows more like the philosophy of show, don't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the panels pretty much give you like a world's eye view of these particular cultures, and like I said, they're not like complete mirrors of like ancient cultures. They take aspects from different ancient cultures and incorporate them into the science fiction, space fantasy sort of storytelling.
Right.
Well, we've been going for 3 hours now. So I think we'll start wrapping it up. All right, Scarlet, would you like to plug anything?
Me?
You are Scarlet, are you not?
Oh, you want me to plug stuff?
If you want.
I guess I got a YouTube channel, like Scarlet 1. I could like link it, and I also have a Twitter or X accounts that I barely use, but I just have it there, you know, just in case. I guess whatever. Because
send me links.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so that's all I got. Just Scarlet 1. I'll link it in the chat. So
okay. All right, Nazo, do you got anything you want to?
Mostly just stories to plug. I mean, like, there's obviously I want to plug you and I want to plug Alex. I'd love to see if Scarlet do some more content so I can, you know, have bigger excuses to plug him. But, you know, Alex, he's already passed most of his Star Wars phase, but he still does Legends Wayback Machine with a lot of good EU fans, so I highly recommend that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Walrus, you recently had a video with none other than Matt Wilkins
Yeah.
and Brennan discovering discussing the
Essential Legends collection.
Yeah, the ELC covers and whether or not they're good or garbage, which is always a fun thing to do.
Yes.
But, you know, other than that, I'm obviously going to plug what should be your next story, which is, if you can find it, read Knights of the Old Republic, the comic series.
I've got about half of it already.
Oh, in hardcover or a paperback?
Oh, I've got some
I think it's right
epic collections.
Oh, based. You getting the epic collection. Those are good.
I've got the first two.
There's only one more to get then, probably.
It's out of print, though.
Oh, man, that sucks. I mean, I guess the alternative, you could probably get the trade paperbacks, like the old Dark Horse trades, because they're still around and they're pretty cheap. If you can't find the third Legends Epic Collection cheap enough, then just go for that.
I think the Epic collections are also, I mean, it's not the same as having a physical copy, but I do believe they have all the Epic collections on Kindle. So if you had to go that route, it is on there.
Oh, no, it's just, Walrus seems like a guy who likes to have the thing in his hand and
No,
read.
I mean, I think most people are, but, you know, sometimes money's tight, so it's just another option if need be.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I hate when somebody
I'd recommend digital if you don't have the cash for physical, or if you're just curious about a series, you sample digital, and if you think it's good enough, then you start buying physical.
I hate how the Epic collections kind of go out of print, like after like a year or so. It really bugs me.
Sometimes, depending on how many there are bought, they're out of print before that. Like, I know, like the one, what was it? Epic Collection New Republic Volume 5 went out of print real quick.
What's special about that one?
Dark Empire trilogy.
Of course.
There's so many people claim it's awful, and yet bothered to buy the Epic Collection. So what does that tell you? I'm not a calculus teacher,
but Dark Empire 1 is a masterpiece.
I'm not a calculus teacher, but I think everyone's lying.
All right, Alex, do you got anything you want to plug?
I mean, Nazo kind of did it. I mean, yeah, I got my channel, I suppose. Like you said, I talked about the EU for 2 years straight. Now I hop on other people's channels and bombard my mouth. But I've pretty much said all I have to say in terms of the EU because I talked about it for 2 years. So I mostly have that podcast so I can let other people that don't really like to make content have a voice. So that's mainly why I do it. And I'm mostly comedy relief until I'm super passionate about a particular issue or novel that we're talking about, and then I won't shut up because I can't help myself. But I mean,
I love hearing your passion, dude. I didn't have a chance to see all of your reviews when they were going out. I probably have to watch them again. But like, the one I really enjoyed was your Jedi one.
Yeah. I could be quite opinionated sometimes.
I wasn't sure. I can't remember if that was the one where you tossed the book.
No, that is hard merchandise. Because I felt like I was. Yeah.
Oh, you know, I'm probably gonna watch your Mandalorian Boba Fett trilogy or Bounty Hunter Wars trilogy.
Yeah, because I felt, every work break, I was using my 30-minute break to read those books, and every single time it felt like I was doing more work and I wasn't enjoying myself, so I was getting really mad, and I had worked myself up talking in the review, and so at the end of it I throw the book against the wall, and it's going to become a very infamous moment for me on the internet. So, but,
like all the wasted hours.
Yeah,
I got really mad. But if you are also into other things, as Scarlett mentioned earlier, Wheel of Time, I am suffering through it. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I am reviewing it. I'm going through it slowly but surely. I go through a lot of all types of fiction, really. I talk about, classic fiction. I read Wuthering Heights. I've read some Hemingway. I've read Cormac McCarthy. I'm going to be reading Moby Dick pretty soon. I've been reading Shakespeare's plays. I also review comics from time to time, though not as often. So if you're interested in media in general, I do discuss a whole plethora of things. So that's pretty much it for plugging stuff in my YouTube channel.
Have you read Jaws or Jurassic Park?
They are on the to be read. So I've seen the film many, many times, but I've yet to read the novels.
Park's good.
The novel, at least for Jaws, I heard is actually worse than the film.
I hear Jurassic Park is really good as the novel and a lot different. So
yeah.
I hear something.
It's kind of because I've done audiobooks for it before, and I never actually finished it because something always distracted me. But the start for the first Jurassic Park is really, really slow.
Tiki Man, I am still going through Star Trek. See, the thing is, before I wasn't. I was mostly just going to be a sci-fi and fantasy reader, so I was going to read and watch a whole bunch of Star Trek and get those reviews out. And then I was reviewing a fantasy series called Prince of Nothing by R. Scott Bakker and the Aspect Emperor quadrilogy. And he mentioned Blood Meridian as one of his inspirations. So I read Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy, and I loved it. And that kind of just got me into reading all kinds of literature now. So I'm kind of stuck in reading a whole bunch of things. So I will eventually get my way to more Star Trek novels and comics and the shows themselves. But it's just finding the time in between work, family, friends, and my acting career that I'm trying to start up, which is not going very well right now, but it is a passion of mine. So, but so just a lot of things to read, not enough time to live to do it. So
I've seen you've been reading Superman comics.
Superman, yes, I've been reading a few of them because also a thing that you should know if you watch my videos and you comment on something, I'm usually like 6 months ahead. Like I'm uploading things into February right now for 2027, so I'm I'm very ahead. So like a lot of the Superman comics I read like at the end of last year. But I watched the Superman movie, and I had always been one of those losers who said Superman sucks because he's weak to green rocks, and Batman's better, and da-da-da-da-da. I never understood Superman until I watched the new movie, and it finally just clicked for me why everyone is so in love with this character. I never fully understood it until this, but he's just such a kind, selfless person, despite the fact that he has every reason not to be, really. But he chooses to be, and I think that's the inspiring thing about him.
Yes, he's like the Luke Skywalker of the DC.
Yes, Luke Skywalker is the Superman of Star Wars.
For me, the big moment that I really liked was in Superman versus the Elite.
Oh my god!
Hey, Alex. Hey, everybody.
That's
What's
my
up?
dad. He has a.
It's JG.
Yeah. He has a Superman has a great speech in Superman versus the Elite. I highly recommend watching it and see like that particular speech is just like it's so inspiring.
Dreams.
Is that the British guy? I've seen it.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking
Dreams
about.
save us. Dreams lift us up and make us better. On my soul, I will never suck better.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like, on my soul, if as long as my dreams.
A world where peace, justice, something is a reality we all share. I'll never stop fighting, ever.
Yes, yes, peak.
Yeah.
Peak, I love it.
I hear that and I'm like, that is Superman.
Yes, great stuff. Great comic, great movie. I love Superman. One of my favorite characters. Right there with Luke Skywalker. Some of the greatest heroes in all of fiction. Man, I could go on about like Superman and, Luke as well. I like good old fashioned heroes.
And we've been keeping Walrus for a long time, but I think we should probably quit yapping. Last thing I think I'll say, since we're on Star Wars, and we're talking about Superman and all that, is you can read a lot of fiction. A lot of it can be really dark and depressing, and some things very pessimistic and serious about the state of the world, which is very bad at times. But I think another important thing of fiction that Star Wars does very well is that hope aspect. That sometimes reality is something we need to face, and sometimes it's good to believe in a better tomorrow, even if whether or not it actually comes to be or not, that's not what matters. It's the fact that we believe it and hope for it anyway. So.
Yes, heroes exist for a reason.
Indeed.
All right. And with that, I think we'll end. Thank you to everybody who commented and watched. Thank you to Scarlett, Nazo, and Alex for popping on and chatting about Tales of the Jedi.
Thank you, man, for this awesome conversation. Hopefully.
It's been fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is probably my favorite live stream I've done for a while. So that's good.
Good stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. All right. Until the next live stream, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Later.